Save. All right. There we go. We should be Leifenheimers. How
Hey,
exciting. How very
it's
exciting.
alive.
It's like, hey.
It's
The
alive.
classic
He didn't even
Franken
say that
line.
iconic line in the movie. I was waiting for that.
I I don't think it's in the book. I read the book when I was in high school.
I
I
can't
don't
read.
remember much of it, but yeah, it's
I
alive.
have
I'm pretty sure that's
not.
from the black and white film, like the Frank
Hello, AWOL.
something film. Yeah, so
Boris
that's from that.
Karloff.
Yeah.
9031. But yeah.
I think he says it in the Kenneth Branagh one, or something to that effect. Like I know
Probably.
he's kind of like doing like not exactly CPR. He's sort of like pounding on the chest of things, like live, live.
Yeah. Uh oh, and what's
Oh, wait, not
the
Hunchback.
hunchback
Lion.
assistant to Victor Frankenstein? What's his name?
Igor.
Igor. Yeah, that's a thing with the movies as well. That's not a thing in the films.
Oh, yeah,
and-
that also exists.
At the very least, Igor does not appear in this film that we're covering today, nor the Kenneth Branagh 1994 one or
like-
95.
It's interesting, isn't it? Like whole new characters and lines and looks are made from the films, but the book itself doesn't have them. It's a little.
Well, I mean,
interesting
that
tidbit.
adaptations often will do that. They'll either condense characters or create new ones, cut out people who are there.
That was nice.
There was the Christoph Waltz character in this movie is sort of I guess I don't know what the right term would be, like kind of a remix on the character that basically is the person who does the initial research that Victor Frankenstein uses in order to eventually make his Frankenstein monster. And that sort of gets shifted to like more like Christoph Waltz's version of it is like a benefactor who isn't a scientist and is just kind of interested in what he's doing for like he has his reasons. But yeah, no, like I thought it was neat seeing both the similarities of those two adaptations because I watched the Kenneth Branagh one this week just to kind of refresh myself on it, and the major differences. Like, and I guess we'll get into those as we go. But things like oh god, why am I forgetting what's Mia Goth's name in it? Elizabeth.
Elizabeth,
right?
yes.
Yeah, so Elizabeth is played by Helena Bonham Carter in the 94 one, and I might be getting the year wrong again. And she is the adopted sister of the Frankenstein family. So like they grew up together and very explicitly is like in love with Victor the entire time. And William Frankenstein, the brother, is a little kid through that entire film. So it's like they really did a lot of different stuff with the relationships there and the
Adopted sister, so it's not incest. Okay.
Yes, adopted sister. Although the first scene where the two of them seem to be like fresh with each other, they do kind of just refer to themselves as brother and sister, and I was like, oh geez, fucking we got some Game of Thrones stuff going on here. But,
Alabama.
but no, it was an adopted sister. So
Well, if you just got here, we're not talking for this movie for 2 hours already. That just came up, and it sounds like we're like in the middle of the movie. No, we're 2 minutes in. So, hello everybody, what's going on?
Yeah, more of a
just
discussion on differences of adaptation. But
I mean,
yeah.
that's
Hello,
what you sometimes get with those cold openings. You just fucking go in there about what you were just talking about. But yeah, hello everybody. It's movie time. Movie time. So we did a little bit of a break last week. Played some Arc Raiders, which I think Marc has been hooked on here and there.
Yeah, not, like I mean, I it's not like I'm constantly playing it. Like there's still other things that I'm playing, but I didn't really expect to get that kind of itch to be like, okay, I'm just gonna do a quick little run with a free loadout and see if I can tie up a couple of these quests. And yeah, I guess it's kind of the mark of a game that, at the very least, is engaging because I don't really play a lot of multiplayer games, but I did kind of feel like going back into that one a couple times. So
nice.
yeah, Arc Raiders good.
It reminds me of Helldivers 2, kind of.
Yeah, like that sense of like I'm just going to go do a quick thing, or just try to get in and get out alive aspect.
That too, like the chaotic kind of nature of it, and ragdoll kind of physics if you get blown up and whatnot.
Yeah, Metal, when are you going to talk about the real Monsters Predator Badlands? Well, if you look at my channel, there is a rando rant up on it that's like 40 minutes long or something. I don't know.
If you want my thoughts, I was on the EFAP for
Yeah.
it. So there you go. Put those two together, you got a Forge, baby.
In short, in short, it's bad.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Of no one.
Really
I like the idea. All right, a movie with the perspective of the predator. Now that's a good idea.
Yeah, of
How
course.
that idea was executed is another story entirely.
Yeah, and ever since I saw Neon Demon, which is a Drive guy, Nicholas Winding Refn film, who like Guillermo del Toro is also a character in Death Stranding. I've always found Elle Fanning really attractive, and like I enjoy her, but man, I hated her in Predator Badlands so much. I was just so bothered by every second she was on screen. I was like, oh. Well, I guess the writing can sway my feelings on a performance and an actress quite a bit, it seems.
Right.
It felt like there was no script and they were just making it up as they went along. That's what it felt like to me, like incredibly stiff, generic, like no sense of character whatsoever, and like a Greenpeace approach to animals. Like all animals are good. No, we can't hunt them down because they're secretly nice animals if you hug them, kind of vibe. And I just
it's like the Rancor.
come on.
Rancor is
This
just
is
a
all about
misunderstood beast.
Yeah.
No, it's just a monster. It's fine.
It's a Disneyfication of the predator, and then it's
Oh,
It's a
hey, I
shame.
can push a Twitter thingy. There you go. Yay.
oh, it's live.
Yeah, it came back to life. Someone hit the lightning strike button on Le Twitter. How very good. Let's see here. I was saying something before I got distracted myself, as I tend to do. Metal's forging. I was convinced he'd stuff that sweet plushy money in a suitcase, move to Argentina, and change his name to Hans Frau Poker. No. I mean, it's been like the last stream I did and was on was the last Forge. I don't know when the last time was when I just wasn't on any kind of stream or anything online. It feels a bit weird, honestly, because I'm so used to just do stuff all the time. But I don't know. It was just a crazy week. It was like busy. I had to go to the office in person, so that day was gone. Just catching up on things, setting up pre-records for the Forges when I'm over at Mahler's place. So basically just kind of catching up on everything, and it's just lots to do. And now I'm here, so there you go. That's what's happening. Silksong truly is over. I want to do at least like 1 or 2 streams before Metroid comes out, because we're forging that as well. But that's like in a week or so already, or 2 weeks. I don't know. So yeah, it's gonna take a while until I get back to properly finishing Silksong.
2 weeks for the game coming out, not the Forge. Forge will be a week and a half after that, I guess. A week and a half after it comes out.
It says
December 14th.
Yeah, it says 14th on my whiteboard, so there you go.
10 days after release, which hopefully is enough time to get through a Metroid
That should
game.
be enough,
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess the big motorcycle segment makes me worry that maybe there's going to be some like open world padding elements to it, but I'm trying to go in optimistic, if not cautious, because there's been some stuff about Metroid Prime 4 which isn't super what would be the word?
Encouraging?
Yeah. There's been some discouraging Metroid Prime 4 stuff come out over the last few weeks, and
Reddit Prime 4. I hope it's not going to be that bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess from what I have encountered about at least one NPC, it seems like there will be at least an annoying NPC. Now, hey, who knows? Maybe he's not in it very much and then just gets brutally killed. That might be all right. But we'll see.
We will see indeed, and we will talk all about it. And Fringy is going to join us for that, he said. So that's going to be fun. Yeah, I have not been playing Arc Raiders. I've been playing Clover Pit, which is like a roguelike slot machine game, which is kind of fun. It's gonna hit like a deadline, and if you don't, you die. So fun times. That's been
like actual slot machine, or is it just a gacha game that has roguelike elements?
No, it's it is a slot machine that you play.
Yeah, so
and
like
if you
literal
don't,
3 spinning wheels with pictures on them.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
And then you can get like multipliers with like charms. So you increase the base value of the bell, and then you could, if you have like another charm, you can get like a gold bell, and if you every time you hit a pattern with the gold bell on it, the base value goes up permanently. So you want to hit that as much as possible. And then there's other charms that make it so you get more bells every round, and you even have like little posters on the side that tell you how high your percentage is right now to hit the bell. And then you kind of need to ramp it up, but obviously the deadline gets like higher and higher, or the amount you need to put into the ATM that is in your room just goes higher and higher. And so it's pretty fun. I enjoy it. It's a nice little game. I think it's like $8 or something. And has like this old school PS1 art style going on, like the jittery lines everywhere when you move around, stuff like that. So I would recommend, if you like these kinds of games, it's pretty fun. I think there's also a demo on Steam if I remember correctly, so maybe give it a shot. Yeah, Maul has been playing that because I've been playing Ball Pit, and I've finished all the levels except the ones where it gives you the loadout, because you can't AFK run those, because there's one character that lets you AFK runs and does everything for you, so you can kind of just finish up all the levels and get the bonuses with the buildings and stuff like that. But I realized the New Game Plus levels are just the same levels with the same enemies but with more health, and I was like, nah, I don't really care to do that. It sounds kind of lame. But also Ball Pit, pretty good too. Would recommend as well. Pretty fun stuff. And also,
Nice.
I've been playing Anno, Pax Romana, on my own and with friendos, and I've been enjoying it. Unfortunately, it's got had a bit of a flame going on where they use AI art in their loading screens, which sucks, because they, at least from the 1800 that I played, they make some really good artworks all the time. So I don't know why they opted for those in here, but they're getting a...
Isn't Ubisoft publish Anno,
Yes,
or didn't they?
yes,
Yeah,
they do,
so
they
that might
do.
be why. I don't think they're doing
Yeah.
great with money these days. They might need to be cutting costs.
Yeah, so that's obviously getting a bunch of backlash, rightfully so. I hope that never stops, because if that does stop, it's never going to go away. But I think Anno did pretty well in their sales, which I'm happy about. Because I like the games. It had some desync issues with multiplayer, which is annoying, because my friendo came over so we can just play, and after like, I don't know, 5 hours, our save game was just cooked because it never synced back in. They have since hotfixed that, like in the same week, so that's pretty good. And yeah, I like it. I think there's like people that complain about they complain there's not as much in this game as in the old one, but the old one, 1800, had like 7 DLCs with tons of more stuff, which this doesn't have. So I don't know how valid that criticism is, because I actually don't know. I don't know the state of the base game of Anno 1800, because
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
I was like, are they saying it has less content than the original game does after all of its DLCs?
My
Kinda
friend
just
though did
well,
play the
I
base
mean,
game, and he said it's bullshit, and I have no reason to think he's lying to me. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting.
He's an Anno fanboy. He's
He
lying.
is, absolutely. I mean, I did buy the deluxe version and also bought him the game because it was his birthday. So I'm funding the AI slot machine, I guess. To be fair, I did not know that that's going to be a thing they do. I had no idea they're using AI art, and I don't think anyone knew.
I think use of AI in some capacity is probably just going to be becoming much more common in game development.
Yeah.
And I don't know that any use of AI, therefore I'm not playing this game, is something that's going to be very easy for many people to stay true to in the long term, because I mean, RAM prices now are skyrocketing because so many companies are just going so hard on AI infrastructure that they need a bunch of RAM for that. Therefore, lots of companies that make RAM are focusing on the type of, like, I guess in corporate smile, the word, they like industrial strength RAM. and they don't have as many resources to put into making consumer grade RAM. Therefore, consumer grade RAM is getting much more expensive as a result. So, yay! It's just like what happened with video cards and crypto 5 years ago. It's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. I blame Nvidia a lot for this. I'm not gonna lie. They've been running the AI machine so hard the last couple of years. It's rough, and they're like involved in government stuff and everything. Go watch all the Gamers Nexus coverage on like everything about like the AI stuff. They've been doing a fantastic job covering all that stuff.
Yeah. Gamers Nexus is it's
very
good. They're like
very good.
They're like the better Linus Tech Tips.
Oh, by miles, by miles. I kind of stopped watching Linus Tech Tips since he reacted very badly to the criticism.
Well, once I found out he said the hard R. So.
Oh no!
No, I'm kidding. That was just funny, if anything.
That was really funny. And they're like,
that was one of the best things Linus has done in the last little bit.
Yeah,
and it was an accident.
Because he thought they were just talking about retard, but that's not the word they meant.
It's like I used to say the hard R all the time.
It's so funny
like,
because Luke was like
what?
visibly sweating. Buck is like, what? Why is you what?
Does he wear a bandana in his spare time? What the hell?
They said the hard R in an episode of American Dad last week, and he's like, "Wait, huh?"
Yeah, that was genuinely hilarious. I remember that. That was pretty funny.
The Todd swear is not as big as you think it is. The N-word, however, takes the crown.
But yeah, but also one other thing that is really odd, which I heard about after like a week, like half a week. Apparently, the campaign of that game just stops at some point without real.
Which game?
I'm still on Anno.
Okay.
Apparently, that campaign just stops and you're just then in free roam mode. So, but it's not really communicated at all. Like you just do your quests and everything, and then all of a sudden nothing happens anymore, and you just start building like you would a normal map. So it seems like they just never finished that properly, and was like, yeah, okay, that's it. So that's obviously some good criticism. I know. I think it's like on Steam. I don't know what it's at right now. I think it's like it was on Mixed. Let me see what it's on now. Yeah, it's still on Mixed. I hope that's only because of the AI stuff. Because I would call this game far from unplayable or anything. Like I've been having a pretty good time. I don't know how the fan base of Anno is in general. I mean, I kind of just got into Anno starting like Anno 1800, so the last one, and I really enjoyed it. So I don't know if they're just really hard on the game, but I don't know. I don't really see what's going on here. Let me just randomly pick out one of these Steam reviews where it says embarrassing. The most unfinished game I ever played. That's definitely not true. I cannot believe I was excited for this game and paid $60, but multiplayer is absolutely not playable. Constant these things throw you out of the game. That is true. That has been fixed. Even after waiting a week and the developers posting a multiplayer hotfix is still a mess. Is it? I played our broken save game yesterday for like 5 hours with a friend, and it works now. So I don't know if there's like different things with seeds going on that don't work. First you attempt at playing a game with friends, we got desync within the first 5 minutes. I mean, that's weird because it just works for us now. I mean, the sample size is very low, so I don't know. Maybe it overall
just works.
Yeah. Multitude of bugs, random UI elements just not opening, constant game crashes. I had not a single game crash so far. Requiring a Ubisoft account. I'm already logged into my Ubisoft account because I was playing something else recently. But Steam at least doesn't open up Ubisoft. It just does like the connection like it does like with the Epic Secure thingy. I don't know what the extension is called. So yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, is it like the Epic anti-cheat that's in...
Yeah. So they don't open up the
Ubisoft. We played a game that had that. Oh, Space Marine 2.
Oh, right.
No, Helldivers had the PlayStation bullshit.
Yeah. And then AI art. Yeah, that just sucks. I'm one of them. I don't know. I only have the sample size of me and my guest PC, and everything worked fine except the desyncs. So I don't know if I'm just lucky or something, but I don't know. I don't know why people call this a half-baked game. I need to look at like reviews and see what I think, because I think it works perfectly good. I don't know. Again, my sample size of the games overall is pretty low. Yeah, it's interesting to see what's going on.
Could it be a situation like Regs's sort of more what would be the word, informed thoughts on Battlefield 6, just because he's played so much Battlefield that he has a good understanding of things that were in the previous ones that are not in this one, and how things are changed for the worse? And
yeah, maybe
just because you're newer to the series, you just aren't quite as dialed into that stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, I know nothing about the series, so I'm not making the claim that you don't know what you're talking about or anything like that.
Well,
but,
the funny thing is with the Battlefield stuff, I agree with almost all points that Rags make, but I still like the game. It's like, I don't know if that's because I'm just playing with friends or something, but I definitely understand and pretty much agree with where he's coming from. So, yeah. I don't know. It feels a bit harsh towards Anno, but I don't know. I need to see where this goes. But I don't know. I could just speak for what I've been doing, and I've been enjoying it, and it's been running perfectly fine for me, especially since the desync issues have been fixed. I think I've encountered one more bug is when one of the pirate characters didn't load in. Which is apparently also a thing that has to do with the seed you get when you create a new game, which they're also already aware of. So I don't know. We'll see. I could totally see this going back into the positive after they do a couple of more patches or something. Because honestly, I haven't really seen anything game breaking or destructive that would make me very upset. I mean, I already have like 30 hours in that game. So I don't know.
Rookie numbers.
I mean, the game just came out, so give me a break, okay?
Yeah, 30 hours for a game that's been out for a week is not insubstantial, at least. I played a bit of Neon Inferno that I think is quite good, and I would recommend, at least in the... So it's almost like kind of a Metal Slug type shooter that has... If you hold the right bumper button, you can aim in with a cursor into the background or the foreground. So some enemies are like on a different layer of, I guess, the generally kind of 2D side-scrolling shooter gameplay that you're doing.
Oh,
and
I see.
yeah, it's pretty neat. There's a system where you can like deflect the green projectiles by using the melee attack, and it is quite good. It's not a very expensive game. I played it on hard mode, which may have been a mistake because it is quite hard. But the 2 levels that I played, I did complete. So you do have the tools at your disposal to like actually get through it, and looks really slick. It's got kind of a cyberpunk New York sort of thing going on for its setting and art style, and I believe it is multiplayer as well, so you can do local or online co-op with 2 players.
Let me tell you, single player, shared split screen co-op. Yes, there you go.
Oh, it's split screen?
Yeah.
I don't know why you would even need it to be split screen, because, like I said, it's kind of like a Metal Slug game.
Yeah.
But...
Why did your voice suddenly got louder? That was weird.
Didn't I don't know. Like maybe I shifted my position from the microphone.
Yeah,
Am I too loud? Should I turn down?
A little bit down. Like it was like basically perfect before. I don't know. Maybe you did just hit a knob or something.
Oh, you know what? I just moved Discord. Moved Discord into my frame a little bit more, and it seems like I did something with the input volume.
Ah, okay.
It might have been because my cursor was on the... You know how there's like the mute button microphone?
Yeah, I gotcha.
The little arrow below that. I think that my cursor might have moved onto that, and it clicks something without my knowledge.
You moved it a little bit too far down, just a tick higher.
So I'm at 50% now. This is 60%.
Perfect.
I'm doing now. Okay. Sorry about that. If I hurt anybody's ears,
No, it wasn't that bad. It was just noticeably a tick louder. It was like, oh, that's odd.
Super Ammo's playing Shinobi Art of Vengeance. I like that game quite a bit. I actually preferred Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. I like Ninja Gaiden Rage Bound a lot. I might like it more than Ninja Gaiden 4, but
oh god,
but I did like Ninja Gaiden 4, so I don't know.
Good god,
That would be debatable.
Turn it up to 11. No,
Like
that's
the
too
Genesis game
loud.
Digivolve to Ultimate. Oh wait, am I too loud again?
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I was like, I didn't change anything there.
No, you're fine. We're just, I think just memeing along. Metal still streams. Yes, okay. I try to.
Mark, have you finished playing Dispatch?
Yes, I liked Dispatch quite a lot. I thought it was good. I don't know if it had just been so long since I played like a Telltale style game that I was ready for one, but I think Dispatch, unlike a lot of Telltale games, it doesn't really put too much focus on the action QuickTime events to the point that I would almost even recommend turning them off. I played with them on and they don't really seem to do a good job of immersively syncing to what's actually going on. It's more like hold the right trigger and move an analog stick 2 inches or press A, and that's it. Like it's just those two. But the like titles dispatch, like when you're actually doing the superhero dispatch management stuff, I thought all that was pretty cool, and I enjoyed those segments, and you get a little bit of character chatter while it's happening, and there's a bit of like leveling stuff where you can make some of the heroes stronger. And pretty good story, pretty good characters, interesting developments with them. I think there's I don't want to spoil too much, but a thing that happens where a character you pretty much think is dead that is not dead, and I was like, I think that would have been more emotionally impactful if that person actually died.
Yeah,
But other than that, I mean, yeah, and like I don't know, they do something with it later in the story, but without going into spoilers, I wouldn't really be able to talk about it. But I would play a second season. If anything, I would even watch a show of it seriously, because it, like, as many Telltale games are, it is. I'd say this one even more so is about 70% TV show and like 30% game. Okay. And the show, I think, is it's a neat kind of. What would be the word for it? It's not like R-rated. Well, I don't know. Like it's sort of an Invincible style idea, but done in a way that I don't think is mean-spirited at all towards superheroes.
Exactly. Like that's what surprised me. I thought it would go a more mean-spirited route, but it managed to stick the landing. Even though it's like kind of like anti-chaotic kind of heroes. I do think it's kind of a good ending. I was expecting like some sort of twists, like, oh, this hero is secretly a really, really evil and messed up bad guy, kind of in the vein of the Boys style or something like that. But no, they kind of managed to kind of redeem these kind of quirky little characters, which I kind of didn't accept. So yeah, I'd be up for a season 2, just like you.
Yeah. The main character, like Aaron Paul, so like Jesse from Breaking Bad voices the main character, and he's sort of an Iron Man analog, but he's one where he's the third generation of his family that has been like the guy in the Iron Man suit, or the Mecha Man suit in this case. Mm-hmm. And I think that they did kind of a neat thing with, because he's not the like genius engineer that his grandfather was, and isn't even quite as good with that stuff as his father, it sort of puts him in a situation where he has to kind of really think about what about him is a superhero. And ultimately, I guess without really like spoiling anything, it just kind of comes down to just who he is, like his morality and the way he sees people and the responsibility to do the right thing. And yeah, I thought it was good. They don't just have him be a ineffective loser or a cynical asshole. He's just a guy who wants to do the right thing, and I thought it was pretty good. But Blonde Blazer was probably the smarter choice. I went with Invisigirl though, because
Boo.
Yeah. I don't know. She seemed like she needed me more. She needed my help.
Well, I don't know what any of this means, so yay.
Treat it like a Triss versus Yennefer in.
I haven't played those games. That doesn't mean anything to me either. Woo!
I've gone over the list today.
I mean, I know the characters, but I know the
Witcher
characters.
3 or Red Dead Redemption 2. I was like, oh man. So 2 of the big ones. He just doesn't like riding horses. That's what I've concluded.
Ah.
But
funny.
yeah, at the
actually
same
playing
time though, having Witcher 3 and Red Dead Redemption 2 on your things I haven't played list is honestly
Yeah.
kind of nice because you got some pretty good games to go through when you want to.
I still need to get through Claire Obscura. I'm planning to actually get that instead of just playing it on Game Pass.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel
some of
like
the,
when I eventually go back to it, I just have to replay it all the way again because it's been so long. I'm in Act 3, and I pretty much can finish the game at any time, but there's so much content in Act 3 I want to do, but I probably won't have time to. And I feel like when I'm going back to it, it's probably not going to be on Game Pass anymore. So
it's on GOG now.
Well,
and I believe it's on sale. So if you want a DRM free copy, that is on the table.
I'm very fine with getting it anywhere. It's just more that my save file is going to be gone then, because I think from Game Pass to somewhere else doesn't work all the time.
See, I was trying to.
That's gotten any easier. I know it hasn't been in the past,
Yeah.
but or at least earlier this year, even because that's what I tried to do with Ninja Gaiden 2 Black when I played it on Game Pass, got most of the way through it, and then it, like just kind of stopped playing, and then it was on sale on Steam, so I was like, okay, I should play this before Ninja Gaiden 4. I'll just get it on Steam, and I was like, can I get my save file over here? And the answer was no. But I restarted on a harder difficulty that turned out to be a better experience, anyways.
Right.
I tried streaming Dispatch on my little gaming laptop, and I had numerous technical problems. So I'm gonna go the safe option and get it on my PS5 Cloud Obscura, because I don't know. I'm thinking I'm in a dire need of an upgrade, because literally, like, Dispatch is like what 15 gigabytes, and I had all sorts of issues. The game routinely freeze. I had to pause cutscenes just to let them catch up, and it was a nightmare. I had no idea.
I wouldn't think Dispatch would be a very technically demanding game. I mean, granted, I played it on a computer that is like pretty powerful, so I didn't encounter any issues. But I'm also not dealing with like as many limitations. But I guess I don't know. Like, it seems, like I said, most of it is TV show, and.
Yeah.
It also does the kind of Spider-Verse thing, though. Like, while it's running at 60 FPS, a lot of the character animations kind of have that sort of stylistically animated motion look. And you'd figure that would mean that, I don't know, like playing it at 30 FPS probably wouldn't change too much, especially because most of the gameplay is stat management stuff, and I guess there's the hacking mini game that requires a bit of reaction time, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well. Right.
Maybe the Steam machine would be right for TruePop.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of getting it, but maybe they'll do like a Steam Lite version on the price tag.
I mean, the price tag's going to be the big thing. Though I think that before memory prices go up, a good way to go about it if you want more than 512 gigabytes of storage, and because I feel like the 2 terabyte one is going to be expensive, is get yourself a good terabyte or 2 SSD now before they go up in price.
Oh, wait, I do already have 2 terabyte SSD. Yeah, I do already have
spare one, like, or one that you would take out of something else and put into that.
It's not like one that you screw into a computer. It's more like one that you plug in with like a USB cable.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was more referring to if you get an NVMe, like an M.2 drive. If you have one of those on hand before the prices of those go up, because that might be happening also because of AI.
Yeah.
Then that would be a way to get the cheaper Steam machine and just slap more storage space into it.
I get you. Yeah. Because it's the same thing with like iPhones, really. Like, you want more storage? Well, we'll charge you 100 or something quid more. It's kind of ridiculous.
I mean, iPhones, you can't even change the storage once you buy it. It doesn't even have an SD card.
But I understand what you mean. Is what I'm getting at. Yeah.
One thing, because I need to talk about it somewhere. Bro, One Punch Man Season 3 is a fucking disaster, dude. What the fuck is going on? Jesus Christ.
So it's crazy. That's what I heard about Season 2, and I never watched it. And then
here's the thing. I'm a bit of a defender of Season 2. I don't think Season 2 is nearly as bad as some people make it out to be. And when you watch Season 3, I feel redeemed by that. Like, Season 1 versus 2 is like is already a pretty significant downgrade in terms of animation. Season 3 looks like they made it on the weekend somewhere in a garage. It's bad. It's really bad. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know why they make you wait years and years and years and then deliver this diarrhea dookie onto your fucking.
Sometimes happens.
Yeah, and I think
honestly, I was scared for Chainsaw Man for a little while, and then Reze Arc came out, and it was incredible. I was like, oh, thank God.
I've watched until episode 5. It actually made me go and check out the manga again because it's been a while since I've been in it, and I've read the full arc that is currently going on, and the panels that are in this are fucking awesome, and I don't want him to touch them at all. There's so many fight scenes in there. It's like, man, this would be looking amazing if this would still be animation from season 1. If I imagine them doing this from season 3, I was like, God fucking damn it.
People have been doing like the grass downhill slide themselves, and it looks remarkably better rather than just moving.
It's legit. They just used the still of Garu and just clicked and dragged and dropped it to the ground. It's like, this looks so bad.
Dude,
it's
I've heard the director was a hentai director before this as well. So
hey, okay, look, I've been rewatching the Fate shows, and that I think originally started as a hentai visual novel, and that does not necessarily mean it'll be bad.
Really? Wow. Okay, I actually watched some of Fate series, and I was like, this is incredibly convoluted. I don't know the most of the context, but it's interesting.
Yeah, if you just watch the Ufotable ones, it's fine. Like, I would, as much as people don't recommend starting with Fate Zero because it gives away some of the reveals in Stay Night, I do kind of recommend starting with Fate Zero. I think that's the better way to go.
I can't remember the one I watched. It's with the assassin. I mean, the priest that was the collar as well, and they have like a final round where they fight, and the assassin guy has female Arthur, and the priest guy I can't remember.
You saw Fate Zero then, yeah.
Fate Zero. Okay.
So yeah, you're not talking about the servant assassin. You're talking about Kuritsugu, and so like Alexander the Great was the rider class in it. Iskandar, King of Conquerors.
Yeah.
God, he's so good. I love that guy. But yeah, no, what Fate Zero, God, man, watching that again, the conversation that Artoria or King Arthur, Alexander the Great, and Gilgamesh have about what it means to be a king and their different philosophies on kingship is so fucking well written. I was just like, man, I forgot how good this was.
See, One Punch Man seasons were so bad, these two just fucking went on a completely different tangent now, because that's what we do.
I guess the point was, if someone started making hentai, does that therefore mean they're not good at what they do? And I would argue no.
But yeah, I would recommend seeking out the manga.
What I'm saying
is
they seem to try more in the hentai rather than at this, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Maybe I will read the One Punch Man manga at some point, though.
It's pretty fun.
I still can't get my hands on the Chainsaw manga, by the way.
Oh,
Very
man.
sad about that. Yeah.
I mean, do you have a tablet?
Yeah, I suppose I can. There's a way to get it, but
honestly, I'd recommend just the Kindle versions of manga are like pretty good. Like honestly, because you get big, I guess depending on the size of your tablet, like it's big, nice HD images that you can kind of zoom in on and stuff when you want, and it also makes it less confusing to have to for Western people flip the pages of the book backwards.
I think I'm gonna bite the bullet and buy an iPad because I think it was completely the wrong call to buy another Windows laptop, like a smaller one for writing.
Oh yeah, the Surface.
So incredibly small and so incredibly slow as well, and it's just annoying the hell out of me. Like an iPad is perfect for mobility. You can just activate it, you can type. There you go. But I feel like with this little Windows laptop, it's booting up. You want to look up a word, what that means, and you have to wait a minute for that to boot up. It's a nightmare. I can't remember.
Actually, use an Android tablet despite being an iPhone user. So.
Okay.
There you go, Android. I'm meeting you halfway.
I mean, reliability, mobility, and just speed. That's what I'm mainly looking for at this point to write. But hey.
Anyway,
honestly, I think most of the stored. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to segue to the movie, basically. Just saying.
Oh, okay.
One Punch Man. Go check out.
Oh, I have a segue. Junji Ito wrote a manga about Frankenstein, which is what we're talking about today.
I was in the middle of a sentence, though.
Oh,
It was a rags move just now.
I'm sorry, you said segue, and I had a good one loaded up to get from manga to Frankenstein.
Well, I wanted to put a bow on the thing we just did first, but then we can do yours, which is also manga. Because
do the bow. I apologize.
No,
I work on interrupting anyways. I'm terrible at it. Not interrupting me.
No, I'm just saying, check out the manga. It's very easy to find online. Literally, just type in One Punch Man online, and you find like 3 websites that just have all the scans like on the top of Google. Like they're not even trying to hide them from you. Has some really, really good artwork in there. It's a shame. It's a shame what's become of the anime. It's really annoying.
Once considered the king, and now the laughingstock.
It's quite sad. It is quite sad.
Many such cases.
Many such cases, unfortunately. But yeah, as Marc said, talking about manga, Junji Ito also made a Frankenstein thing, which is not the one we're talking about today, but it's actually quite close to this version where we've watched here today. So it's kind of interesting. I googled really quick, like, man, Frankenstein, that's been around for ages, and I think the first one that had like sound in it was the Boris Karloff one, I think, from 1931. I think that's the first one that had like proper visuals and sound and everything. I know how long that one was. Was that a short movie, or was it like a proper 70-90 minute movie? I actually don't know. I've never seen it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Karloff one was a full length movie. I think I watched it in film school, but that was quite a while ago.
Wow. And that kind of cemented the image of Frankenstein with, like the rectangular head, the bolts, and stuff like that. It's interesting how certain films can imprint a certain version of the character.
Absolutely. And it's really funny if you just Google, wait, how many iterations of Frankenstein have there been? And if you go by like the quick summary on the top, I don't know if it was AI this time. It's so weird. Like sometimes it shows you this AI summary as an answer, and then sometimes it just does the normal thing that gives you like the quick answer from the first website. I can't even tell anymore which one they show me. But apparently it's like over 400 different versions of Frankenstein that have been written, drawn, whatever. Like there's shit tons of movies about Frankenstein, and all have like their own twist and thingy and whatever. But I think from what I understand, because actually I read the quick summary of the original short story, I think it is, or is it a book? Wait, what was it?
It's a novel by Mary Shelley.
Yeah, okay, it was a novel then. Yeah, okay, exactly. Yeah. And I think this one is much closer to the original story within that.
Somewhat. I have some friends that are fans of the book, and they've said that it's not particularly similar.
Okay. I mean, there's definitely differences. I mean, I only read a short summary.
It has more similarity than most Frankenstein films.
Yeah, I'm just saying it doesn't have it doesn't have like the town going to the windmill, for example, like in the Karloff one, like that shit. That's like probably the version that most people know of. I feel like, because the thing is, I've never really delved too deep into any Frankenstein thing. It's always like as like a cultural imprint. I was always aware of it. Yeah, and I've probably seen like different versions of Frankenstein movies when I was a child, but I've never really went into it. I mean, this is probably like the first one I've watched so far where I just kind of thought about it more and about all the implications of playing God and whatever and whatnot, like all these things, which I think is the much more interesting part of this story, at least within this movie.
Yeah.
This movie is 2.5 hours long, by the way. I don't think we're gonna do like a super duper deep dive on it. The thing is, I don't really like about the movie itself. I think it's pretty self-explanatory most of the time, and it's not really giving you a lot of ways to like deeper think about it because it wears everything on its sleeve. It's like,
Exactly. Like,
there's like,
even though it's
yeah.
Oh, sorry, Mel. Even though it's like 2 hours and a half, I feel like there wasn't like an unnecessary scene in this.
Oh,
Might have cut out.
hello, yeah. Was that like the internet
TruePop?
shutting itself properly now? Oh,
I
Am I out
think
now?
where he.
You guys hear me?
Wait. Yeah, well, we saw your
Okay.
green bubble for a moment.
Oh, okay. See, I knew this would happen. But,
okay. Now you're back. Okay.
all right. What I was gonna say, it doesn't drag its feet. I'm worried that internet is gonna go again, so I'll try to fix it. Chat
No
amongst
worries.
yourselves.
Yeah. So if TruePop explodes at some point, he's probably gonna be back when the internet comes back.
I believe where he was going with that was that there are not a lot of superfluous scenes, that all the scenes in this movie have a purpose. And I think I would agree with that.
The thing is, we have a bunch of great actors. We have some pretty enjoyable dialogue deliveries. Even though I think the dialogue sometimes is a bit too on the nose, where we're just like, you could have done this with like more of a stare or something. Especially when they talk about, oh man, now that you made alive, did you never think about what that means after, what comes after?
Yeah.
And they just tell you that's like, I wish you would do it a bit differently, not just tell us. Because I think that's like the more interesting part of the whole thing, where he just, chases beating.
Sorry, I'm gonna
the
quickly
whole,
disconnect and connect. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Yeah, Metal, I guess I know where you're going with that. The philosophical question
Yes.
about like what should people be playing God? And I think that actually the alternate title for the novel is an interesting sort of parallel to that, because apparently the title of the book is Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
the idea of like, can man, steal the fire and whatnot. And I think actually there's even just a very, very direct Prometheus allusion, I guess, because Christoph Waltz actually says to him, "I will be the eagle that feasts on your liver."
Yeah. Also,
like,
Joe Danger in chat just said that Del Toro wanted to capture the style of Shelley's dialogue, and apparently she was not extremely subtle in the book. So, well, I guess if that's the case, I feel like he succeeded.
I think there are literal dialogue lines from the book in this.
Okay.
Because some of them do sound like old-fashioned. I'm not 100% sure on that. People in the chat may correct me, but yeah. I guess, are we giving away our blurbs of what we thought in general of the film?
I mean, I guess, yeah, we could do that.
I guess
maybe to just tie a button on the dialogue point just before we stray too far from it. I did think some of the sort of over the top, almost Shakespearean sounding lines worked quite well, despite being, I guess, what you could call corny from a certain perspective. Like when he says like, "You're an obscene monster," he's like, you say that I'm obscene, but to me I just am. I thought like a line like that, while it is a little bit like specific and probably not a way someone would actually speak, the way it's done and the way the performances are, I think it actually works quite well. And yeah. But anyways, we do blurbs.
I mean, I've basically done with my blurb almost. Because the thing is, I like this movie. I don't think I'm gonna go back and watch it again. I feel it's like worth a watch for sure. What I was surprised by is, while they have a lot of like realistic sets, like sometimes they do some things where it then looks incredibly fake again. Like I remember at some points there's like embers flying around that look incredibly fake, for example. And I don't know if there's like a weird filter over some things here and there that just make it look fake. And I was surprised by that, because I heard Del Toro really wanted to do like proper sets and physical stuff, which is like, oh, that's awesome. I like that. But then sometimes you have like scenes there's like, oh, this looks kind of fake. And I wish I would have written down some timestamps. In hindsight, that was stupid of me not doing that. But
I didn't get that impression because I watched it twice in the theater. Once with my older brother and one with my younger brother.
Okay, I just watched the Netflix version.
Yeah.
Same.
So might make a difference on the big screen.
Maybe, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the style of a lot of things. Like some of the technology he uses to make the monster has almost a bit of a steampunk vibe to it. Like it looks a bit more futuristic than it should be in this age. I guess that's a given because he's doing like weird experiments to resurrect things. So that makes sense. Yeah, at some points I thought I was like, oh man, there's still a lot of movie left. But I wasn't like super duper bored at any time, you know? So I was like, oh yeah, I enjoy them talking to each other. It feels like natural dialogue, so that's nice. And I just had something else. Oh yeah, this this Frankenstein is more of a like superhuman being than the versions I'm aware of. Like he eats people around with super duper power. He can regenerate fully. He's like more like we're going more like a Wolverine type regeneration here, like, and use that.
I don't know the point of the regeneration. Like him just not feeling pain or anything would have been fine. I don't know.
Maybe.
Well, the regeneration thing is because he can't die.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at least like from again watching the Kenneth Branagh one as a point of comparison, he is also effectively invulnerable in that one, and I think with having him regenerate, it almost makes a bit more sense that something like a stick of dynamite doesn't just end him, because like you can be pretty tough and you can have a body that can withstand a lot of damage, but if it can be damaged, like if blades can go through you, which they can even in that movie, and you shrug it off eventually and you just don't die from it. Once you start getting to things that actually blow pieces of that body off, it's like, well, at a certain point, there's not going to be anything left.
You're going to have much mobility. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's more of a technical kind of thing that they added to him, so it makes more sense. Oh, I get it.
But yeah, with that said, I enjoy this. I think it's neat. But I'll probably is not going to be on my I'm gonna rewatch this every year, every 2 years kind of list. I wouldn't mind if someone wants to watch it and it's like, yeah, let's give it a shot. I don't mind it. Yeah, it's a solid thing. It feels like one of these movies. Like, oh yeah, there was like a time we just got these movies. They're just enjoyable. You watch them, it's like, yeah, that was kind of alright. I like that. That was fun. And then you go on with your life. It's just, it's a weird kind of refreshing, because these days you just get slop most of the times, and you're just like, God, just fucking make it end. While it is 2.5 hours, and especially if you watch it on Netflix, like, all right, it's been like 1.5 hours. Let me just pause. Let me get a drink. Let me go take a leak. You know, that makes it much easier to watch. But yeah, I would recommend giving it a watch, especially if it's because it's on Netflix. It's easy for you to get a hold on. But yeah,
I guess.
There you go.
I don't know if this might be a spicy take amongst the chat or anyone, but on Capital Opinions channel, we were discussing Nosferatu.
Yes.
Yeah, I was there for that.
I much more prefer this than Nosferatu.
Oh, same. Yeah,
I gotta say. For me, this was like, I think I said it in the previous year, film of the year for me, my favorite. I just really enjoy all the thematic kind of things it explores. I love the style of it. I love the characterizations. Before watching this film, I was watching some of the Frankenstein Chronicles with Sean Bean. It's like on Amazon Video.
Okay.
And it's got like a hyper fixation of what does it mean to go about in this science to make a human body? How difficult would it be? There's this detective like investigating people that have been cutting up bodies and sewing them together like grave robbers and whatnot. So it kind of deals with like the moral questions of that. And when I was getting into this film, I was like going to explore. Okay, this is heavily going to explore the making of Frankenstein, how questionable that is, how difficult it must be and whatnot. What I didn't expect was this exploration of, okay, now that you've made them, now what? You've been successful.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a, I don't know, like a god looking at his creation kind of metaphor of even like a father and son kind of relationship. Um, because Victor, he can do all the science. He's really good at that. But is he the right person to create such a thing? Is
Yeah.
he a father or so? No, completely no. You can see it in his kind of mindset that he's hasn't considered the full ramifications of making this thing. And I feel like it just tells us a lot about human nature, how something that we work on and ultimately leave disappointed. Um, there's a lot to dig into that, and I kind of really loved how it explored that. I really loved the Frankenstein creature. I loved the actors' performances.
Hmm.
I loved the dynamics with the blind man. It just moved some heartstrings for me, and that's why I generally really love it. And I hope we get more films like this in the future.
I guess that
Yeah.
brings us to my blurb. Yeah, I also like this movie quite a lot. I think that I watched it twice because basically we got this as the topic because I saw it on Netflix. I think like a full week ago. Like I think it was like last Friday. And I was like, oh, it's like Frankenstein's out. Ah, what the hell? I'll give this a shot.
Hmm.
And thought that like it was definitely long, and there's certainly parts of the film, especially towards the beginning, that move a bit more slowly than you would maybe expect from like a horror movie or like a monster movie. Like this is much more a character and I guess philosophical drama than it is a horror film.
Hmm.
But I think that Guillermo del Toro, despite it having this sometimes fake appearance to the way some of the visuals are done. I think he does a really good job of having that look stylistic instead of just bad.
Hmm.
Like and there is always a lot of practical elements, at least the sets in the foreground, even if there's probably quite a bit of like green screen elements going on in the background. The foreground's also like lit in a way that is pretty engaging, especially I found this when he's climbing the top of the tower to like get the lightning rod set up. It really seems like, yeah, okay, that's just it's probably a little tower thing in front of a green screen that's showing the big like skyline and drop beneath and behind him. But like the way the light is being used to like simulate the lightning, I think just looks quite good. And a lot of really interesting set design, as we kind of touched on with the sort of high tech looking batteries and things that are integrated with the more steampunk aesthetic stuff. So I thought all that was pretty neat and fun to look at. And the writing, again, like while sounding maybe a bit Shakespearean for some, is all delivered pretty well and brings up a lot of neat questions about what it means to create a life or to push science into the realm of like the God's work as opposed to just things that like maybe we should be able to do.
Hmm.
And ambition being the big thing that is sort of used as a parallel between the sea captain that's stuck in the ice at the
Yeah.
beginning and
Yeah.
Frankenstein himself, and the whole movie being framed as this conversation of Victor Frankenstein telling the story initially, and then Frankenstein's monster continuing the story. And yeah, I thought it all kind of came together really well into a nice little package. And yeah, I think it was very very good. And I don't really have any major criticisms of it. I definitely wouldn't say it's my favorite movie of this year. I think that would still probably go to Chainsaw Man, honestly. But like
Okay.
again, I am of the weeb, so I'm sure there's people who would disagree with me on that one. But
Oh, that's
I,
fair.
I like watching it twice in this week. I still enjoyed watching it the second time, and I think I'm similarly on the same page as Metal, where I don't think I'm going to be like, man, I got the itch to watch Frankenstein again necessarily. But I think if anyone ever wants to watch it, and I do end up putting it on, I'm not going to be like, oh god, okay, we got to get through this part now because
Yeah.
they filter the interesting elements and or sorry they I guess they combine the interesting story scenes and dialogue scenes and philosophical scenes and then action scenes, and there are quite a few actual like full-blown action scenes. Like Frankenstein fucks up a whole bunch of wolves and it's pretty violent and brutal. So
Yeah.
the The action thrills are definitely there in this movie, and it opens with a pretty impressive one too, like at the aforementioned glacier.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think he did a very good job, and I would be interested to see Guillermo del Toro take on more sort of classic gothic horror stories, because I think he's pretty well suited to it. Just least of all from the way that he constructs his films, but also the way he shoots them, the way he uses effects and visual stuff. I think suits this kind of stuff really well, because it's like realistic enough, but also very stylized and unrealistic in ways that I think work well for it. I also kind of got to give props to the Frankenstein's monster actor. I didn't think I had seen him from anything. Turns out he's like the dude from Euphoria, and like that, he's on like a Robert Pattinson arc, I guess, of being like a guy that's on like sort of a young adult novel equivalent show, and is not really a very engaging character in that. But yeah, turns out you give him some good material, the guy can act.
Yeah. Andrew Garfield was supposed to play the monster.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
I would have liked to see that, but he
did. I think is the guy's name. But yeah, no, I think this guy, he might move into some pretty interesting stuff in his career. I think because yeah, Euphoria is the only thing I've seen him in. And, I don't think I would remark anything positive or negative about his performance in that, but I was surprised at how good he was in this. Honestly, I like when I first saw the monster, I was like, "Is that?" I think it's Luke Goss, the guy that was Nomak in Blade 2 and the Elven Prince in Hellboy 2, because he's like done a bunch of work with Del Toro, obviously.
Okay.
So I was like, "Is it that guy?" And then I looked it up. It was like Jacob Elordi. I was like, "Who's this?" I was like, "Oh, it's the asshole guy from Euphoria." Oh man, didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I got a good lineup here for sure. But yeah, I guess we can just start from the top. I mean, I guess we kind of already said what happens in the beginning. So we just start at the I think it called like the most northern place or something. Let me see if I can find this here. It's like it's like the first frame of the movie. I found it interesting how they.
North Pole or
no, that's where they want to go. The farthermost north, that's what they call it. So they're kind of having an expedition to find the North Pole, and they got stuck in the ice here on the ship called Horizont, which is just translates to horizon.
Yeah, I recognize that word as well. Sounds kind of Polish.
I mean, it's almost German, but it's like an S instead of a Z. So I guess they're like Danish or something. I'm actually not entirely sure.
Well, I mean, they say they want to go back to St. Petersburg at the end of it. That's
Russian. Yeah, that's Russian.
Well, okay.
I recognize that from Crime and Punishment. Yep.
They don't sound Russian though. Maybe I'm just tripping.
No, they don't.
It doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's his like right hand guy is like, hey, the men are like kind of tired and want to go home, so we should probably get rid of the ice and go back home. And the captain's like, you have no right to say any of this. We're on a mission for the crown, blah blah blah. We're continuing our mission, so you better keep on keeping on because we're not going home quite yet.
Mm-hmm. And that motivation, I think, of the sea captain's stance, I think is made a bit more explicit in the Kenneth Branagh one, where it's like they're saying like, look, we're gonna die out here if we keep on trying to get through this ice. Like we all want to go home. And he's like, no, we're gonna clear this ice and then go forward because this is the thing that's gonna like put us in the history books. And like he's much more explicit about this being his ambition and the reason why he's doing it, where they do mention it here, especially in one of the conversations he has with Victor a little bit later on, but it's a bit more subdued in this version. So you got to be paying attention to realize that the captain is sort of at odds with his entire crew about not just turning back and going home, because this voyage is likely going to result in them all dying before they find the path to the North Pole that they've been looking for, that is primarily so they can, have a legacy. It'd be like they're the crew that made it to the North Pole.
Oh boy, I wonder if there's going to be parallels to our main protagonist in this movie with us. But at night
he's about to get trauma dumped.
They hear an explosion. It's like, an explosion at this time of the year? That's crazy. And they look outside. It's like, oh, there's someone exploded over there. Let's check it out. They find Victor Frankenstein. He's kind of battered up. His leg is fucked up. But they see, oh wait, he doesn't have that leg anymore. And this is a prosthetic. So
I feel attacked.
Well, you should feel represented. First of all,
I mean, well, he's an above knee. Okay, I'm not like them.
Ah, okay. And they save him, bring him to the ship, and they see a big old silhouette, and it's like, whoa, that's spooky. Let's go back to the ship. And they take arm, and the monster is coming around, and you immediately see it's like, oh wow, this monster looks like kind of slim. It's not like bulky or muscular, or it doesn't really look that deformed. And just see while I'm going through this here, so people have a little bit of visual here. You can actually see his eye is like fucked up from the TNT in this shot. I didn't notice that on my first watch. Neat. And he wants to get Victor, and he has to fight his way through all the people, which he has easy time to do so because he's getting shot at and nothing happens. So.
Barely an inconvenience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely the monster in this part.
And he just walks up to them and throws them around. He's big and strong. And the crew is like, yeah, I'm going back on the ship. And he goes up there. It's like, just give me him. Someone tries to stab him. He gets thrown off the ship. It's a big old slugfest.
Shouting, "Bring him to me!
Bring him to me!" He's got a
pretty creepy.
Yeah. And
listen, I just do what the guy says. All right, here you go.
Then the captain goes, "Oh, get the blunderbuss." And it's like, "Oh, I know those weapons. It's like the one thing with the wide thingy on the end." And it's like, "No, but this one has 4."
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, I've never seen a blunderbuss like this. This thing looks like it's straight out of a Doom game.
he took that from Van Helsing, dude.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, it's been. I should watch Van Helsing.
Wait, no, I say it feels like a Van Helsing weapon. Because they did in that he has like the crossbow Gatling. Here, Chad, look at this. It's kind of fun. Yeah, it's a steampunk weapon exactly. That's yeah, I don't know. He's just having a little bit of fun with it. And he shoots him off the ship. They realize he's not dead, and after a little bit, he uses the last shot to shoot the ice and drown him in there. And then he goes back inside. He's like, "Oh, is he gone?" Like, yeah, I shot him into the ice. He's drowning. He's like, "No, you don't understand. You can't kill him. He's gonna come back soon. And if that happens, you have to promise me. Let me just go to him and deal with him. So you guys are not getting hurt because you already lost 6 people because of that, and that's all on me basically." And at this point, because we're gonna do. As we already said, we're going to be telling the story of Victor and the beast, the creature in this one. And obviously this is going to be the tail end of the story, like chronologically. And at this point he's already like fucked up with guilt and, wants to get this over with. He's like completely fucked up. So he doesn't want more dead people on his hands. So he tells him like, "Hey, if he comes back, just feed me to him and let me deal with this."
It's funny that Victor starts his story like, "Since I was a child," and the captain was like, "Oh boy, here we go. Here's a long story."
Yeah. But yeah, basically...
Yeah, especially when even Victor is thinking, "Oh, we don't have a lot of time before he's back." You want to skip to when you're doing the experiments or something, man. But yeah. For our benefit, I guess it was good to get this background.
Yeah. Like, well, I want to hear that story. It's like, anyway, I was born
in 1998. Your great-great-grandfather.
And this leads us to part 1, Victor's Tale. And
we get Charles Dance.
Yeah, you get flashbacked with a fucking fantastic actor with Charles Dance, who's playing the father of Victor. It's like, oh shit, that's nice. He's awesome.
Fun
Second
fact.
time that's happened to me this year. First was in the first Omen. Charles Dance shows up at the beginning. I'm like, fucking yeah. He's not in it much.
Mia Goth is also playing Victor's mother, but she has some prosthetics.
Wow, I mean, yeah, I didn't know that, but yeah, she does that in X too. She's also I mean, there's the trilogy of the Pearl trilogy or like Maxine trilogy,
Mm-hmm.
where X is the first one in which she clearly plays Maxine, who's the protagonist of it. But what I didn't realize is, despite her playing Pearl in the prequel that comes afterwards, she plays Pearl in X as well, and Pearl is like a 90-year-old lady in that one. And I was like, oh shit. It's pretty good makeup because I didn't even realize it was her.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I did not realize she was also playing the mother. So yeah.
That makes me think that is she like going to the casting call? She's like, I will play the role, but I also must play my own mother.
It's just fair.
I need old lady makeup in this one too. I like her though; she's great.
Yeah. Going back into it, he's the father is a bit of a dick. He's a bit of a he's a man of the times, I guess, because he married the mother because she's I think she's like some kind of from a wealthy family. The Frankenstein's Victor's dad is a famous surgeon at the time. And he's basically never around. He's just around, I don't know, working, doing stuff. I don't know. But he's basically he's brought up by the mother, for the most part. Yeah, he loves his mother very much. It's like, oh, that's nice. I hope nothing bad happens to her. Obviously, that's exactly what happens. Because she is pregnant, and when the pregnancy is concluded, she dies, but the son is still born, the second one, which will be William Frankenstein, which will be part of this movie as well. In a flashback, he also gets like lessons from his father. And it's like, hey, explain to me how much a heart weighs, and where do you find
what is the function of the tricuspid valve?
Yeah,
I was like, oh, I
know. Well, I don't. It's like, hey, where's he has something spiritual. It's like, where's the soul in the heart or something along those lines? And Victor's like, oh, that's not a thing. It's like, correct, there's nothing spiritual in the physics. And that's obviously on theme, because when he finally manages to get the Frankenstein's monster, the creature going, there's going to be a question at some point. It's like, hey, where's the soul of that thing? So that's a bit of a parallel that's going to be drawn at some point.
Yeah. I'm finding the place for it where it's exactly located. Yeah.
At some point, he doesn't remember the answer right off the bat. And he's like, I'm sure you will remember, but you need to be disciplined. And he's like, okay, here's my hand. Give me a little slapicus. He's like, no. Not the hand. Those are gonna be your tools in the future. Your face, though, that's what's called vanity. Your face is vanity, or is that the right word? I'm not tripping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he gives him a little slap on the face. It's like, you need those for surgery, because
like he's already shaping. The dad is already shaping him to be a somewhat bad character. I mean, we already see this throughout. Victor is someone who's useful with his hands, but what he uses it for ultimately is his downfall.
Yeah. But yeah, that's obviously going to shape his character, as you just mentioned, to be a little bit resenting towards his dad. And before he's going to leave next time, labor starts kicking in for the mother. He tries to save her, but fails. So the mother dies. They have like a big old funeral. And they have like a pretty fancy casket going on. Like
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I was like,
you're actually gonna show it on
again,
stream.
like Del Toro art direction. That coffin is fucking eerie.
This looks like from
looks amazing though.
This looks like straight up from Blasphemous, the video game. If you play that, it's like, is she gonna attack me here in a little bit? But they put like a mask on it at some point. But that shit looks great. Face is a bit...
Blasphemous, the game where Christ dies, but instead of resurrecting, he like unleashes an army of angels or wrath or something like that. Or am I thinking of something else?
So, I mean, Blasphemous, they don't really explicitly tie it to Christianity. There's just a lot of like Christian
Yeah.
images, but
Yeah.
it's kind of a Metroidvania slash Souls style game, like a 2D pixel art one.
it's
Funny enough,
awesome
I was talking to
I
visuals.
think
this
I'm
guy
thinking
right
of
now
another
about
game then with that
Fantastic
kind of
visuals.
story.
Game
Yeah.
Kitchen. They do really good pixel art. Like,
Oh, yeah.
very, very good.
Very
And they also
brutal
made
stuff
the
as
guy in
well.
Ragebound.
I think this coffin is like the reference to like the little figurine that he had when he was being lectured by his dad beforehand.
Yeah, probably.
It also kind of looks like the vision of the angel that he sees later too. But,
Yeah, that's a recurring little symbolism there. Yep, really praise to.
Oh, Joe Dangerous playing Blasphemous right now. Well, there you go.
Ah, there you go. Yeah.
Good stuff.
What game am I thinking of with that kind of story? I can't remember. I'm probably thinking of something else. It's probably not Blasphemous. But yeah.
Well, yeah, over the years, Victor is kind of like getting a bit sussed out. It's like, my dad, most famous surgeon in all the lands, super renowned, but he couldn't save the mother, and he kind of implies that he thinks he let the mother die because he always felt like he despises the mother and him. And I think it should be mentioned before he tells the story to the captain that some things I'm going to tell you might be true, some might be not, but they're all. How did he put it?
They're all true.
They're all true. Some might be fact, some might be not. So I don't know if he was more referring to there's some things that I felt might have happened, but I don't really know if that's true.
I'm telling you what happened, but I'm also painting it through my perspective and feelings on the thing.
Because it's not really made clear if the father actually let the mother die. It's just heavily implied, but we never really get a confirmation that he actually did do that.
We do know that he did like William, and I think that definitely bothered Victor to some extent. Maybe he blamed like even William for killing his mom. Like he described himself as like the more brooding kind of type, while William was like the sunshine and kind of like the smiling guy. There's obviously some kind of jealousy.
I think there's a bit of an ethnic purity layer to that too, because I believe that at least based on just the language they're speaking, I'm assuming that the mother was French, and both Victor and the mother had dark hair, and William's got kind of blonde hair. So I don't know if that might have been a factor, but I think he does mention something about like he hated my mother and I's dark hair, and yeah.
We also don't. We know the mother and Charles Dance were arguing at some points, but what exactly they were? I think they were arguing about the estate, right?
Maybe. In the Kenneth Branagh one though, William Holm plays not Victor Frankenstein's father, Elder Frankenstein.
Elderstein.
He is very specifically like hyper beaten up about the wife's death. Like he sees it as like a major failure that he wasn't able to save her despite being like the best surgeon in Switzerland, and that also is kind of not being able to save his own mother is sort of also what drives Victor's motivations in that version of the story.
Like, then again, we have to consider that in those times, like a lot of people died from childbirth. So it's and you can't, escape from death. That's what the father tells him, and from then on, he gets this like childish mentality. But I will defeat death.
Yeah, I will conquer it. It's like, all right, you have fun, I guess. But he also tells her he did everything in his power to save her, but he can't conquer death. And Victor goes on to say he had a vision of this crazy angel of death or something. At least that's what it looks like, especially later on.
I think it reveals itself to be like some deathly vision, but yeah,
a dark angel. And I know all I could think about was like a Bloodborne boss when they showed this. Like, look at this. It's like, oh god, it's gonna stab me with a blood spear or something. Let me see. So yeah, from there on out, he vowed to do exactly that, conquer death. Before we go ahead with that, we go back to current times, where we see the creature getting out of the ice somehow. I guess he swam up and punched the ice or something. I don't know. It just works. He's very strong.
Pretty strong.
Yeah. And then he goes. We go right back to it. He tells him that they had to give away a lot of things. The father died. I think it was like fires on estates, so they lost a lot of their valuables. So they had to split up. And where did they go? Shit. They went to 2 different places. One of the, I think Victor was the one who went to no, William went to Edinburgh. Yeah, because Christoph Waltz has the munitions factories there. So William went there, and Victor went to Vienna. No, wait, no. See,
I might be getting the two mixed up.
No, I mixed them up. I just saw it in the fucking subtitles. I to London, then Edinburgh. So, yeah, he went to London. And there he tried to create the whole life thingy. And we see him do a little presentation at the College of Medicine in front of yes.
Well, I would actually criticize this scene a little.
Oh, really?
Yeah. One, I felt like it was
which scene?
This scene that we're currently on.
His presentation.
Okay, well, let me go for it first so people know what the fuck we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on the at the College of Medicine for disciplinary tribunal. There you go. See, I didn't lose my situational disability after a week of not streaming. That just stays forever. Yeah, he basically tells him like, well, we were born, at some point we die, and there's nothing we can do about it. And that's like the very basic gist of what he's telling them here. Christoph Waltz's character comes in here, which is just looking on in amazement of all of this. And basically, Victor has I say basically a lot, and I keep noticing it, and now that annoys me. I need to get rid of that. So basically. So he has half a corpse on the table in the middle. And he's like, we should conquer death and not just have God do all the stuff. And he shows them. And it's not even half a corpse. It's like a full. It's a head with a brain in it, and
a bit of a torso and an arm.
Yeah, a torso with an arm. He has a little.
And a head, a bit of torso and arm. So functional organs only, and then one arm all hooked up to the remains of a brain and spine.
Read English dictionary metal. Shut up, James. I hate you.
Situational disabilities are a thing that Germans have to deal with.
I'm gonna cancel you on twitter.com. Anyway, he puts the 2 batteries in there, and it starts moving around. And everyone's like, oh, what? It even does like modes, like, oh. And
well, I like that also initially once he puts like the first bit of electricity through it and it starts moving, he's like, this isn't new. This is just the neurons being stimulated by electricity. And then like says like, but if I do this, this, and this, and then
yeah, this is where
it does the big test.
Yeah, because obviously they're like, well, that's nice. It moves around. We know about that happening with electric things. I was like, well, you think that's trickery? What if I just throw this ball at the guy and I don't even know, the torso, he catches the ball and looks at it, and it was like, oh shit, that looks kind of intelligent in a way. It captured it, looks at it, wonders what it is. So
there's a connection between the nervous system and the hand that was not part of the same body before the experiment. So like someone else's hand connected to someone else's brain and it being revived with electricity into a functional being that can work together.
Right. And while this is all very impressive, they say, no, gross, blasphemy. get rid of it. God takes and gives life, not you. And he just says, perhaps God is inept. And some of them are like, yay.
Yeah. I to say, it's like, oh, Victor, I maybe wouldn't have led with God is inept if he won't let us do this.
Calm down.
It's like, you want to win these people over, dude.
Yeah.
That's not going to help.
Yeah. I guess he has like about half of them who are like still on his side, but he hasn't convinced the tribunal. And then he just rips one of the cables out.
What's his name? What's the actor's name that's in this? Who's wearing the wig?
Christoph Waltz.
No.
What?
Ralph
Ineson?
Yes. He's in here. He's good.
He's got a very deep, booming voice.
Yeah. Exactly.
Also plays Sid in Final Fantasy 16.
Oh, shit. Right, yeah.
Yeah, he's great in it.
This is unholy, an abomination, Metal's detractors. Dude, I'm big enough to have detractors? That would be hype as fuck. And that's Christoph Waltz's character. Why am I blanking on his? See, now I called him Christoph Waltz 5 times, and I forgot his name in the movie.
Harland.
Harland, yeah, thank you. And he looks rather interested in it. And we move on to them meeting at his house. But TruePop, what do you had something to say? Tell us.
I just felt like maybe it's because I was watching the Frankenstein Chronicles before this, but I felt like even a hand twitch would have been enough to set the room gasping. Like, what the hell is this? Why is it this dead flesh moving? And it catching like a ball, it looking and letting go of the ball. It just seemed very magical. But it's done in like kind of steampunk style, so I guess I can buy into it. So it's not. I didn't feel like it was like.
I mean, also like I don't know, like
holy shit, this thing is catching a ball, kind of thing.
Neurons though they can fire quite a while after death, and the stimulus could be pretty minor. It could be something as simple as like touching one of the nerves. Like if you poke it with a needle, it might make the finger twitch. Like I don't think that like the arm twitching would have been enough to convince anyone. It's like, yeah, okay, you put electricity in something, it stimulated the neurons, and that was like a reflex reaction that like that's not anything though, really. Like
but like Mary Shelley wrote this during the time that this was discovered. Like she was inspired by the news of people sticking electrons into things and it moves. And people were like questioning, well, is there life after death? Can we science make it so? And there was like this thinking about science, like what can it do if it advances? What things can it wreck? And it was kind of done in that attitude, and it was only like the tip of the iceberg that was touched. So I thought we'd be like entering that era where they've only just done this, like sticking neurons into animal parts. But it doesn't seem to be like a new thing. Victor just has taken it a lot more steps forward with that concept.
Yeah, because what he's trying to prove is that there was like the decision to actually catch the ball and not just him prodding some needles into some muscles and then they move around. And also the big thing is that it's also looking at the ball, and he tells him to drop the ball, and then he does that too. It's like, ooh, okay.
Well, even just the catch of the ball would indicate that it's like, so those eyes saw the ball, that brain decided to lift the hand, open the fingers, and close it the moment that the ball actually reached it. Like all that stuff I think is pretty explicitly, yes, this brain and this hand are now connected, and it is working more than can be explained as just a reflex reaction based to electrical stimulation. Like I don't know, I thought that granted, it's fantastical. Like this is the kind of scene that I think would probably make a lot of, no joke, and I'm not even kidding about this, make a lot of people in that room actually faint. Like, they would be freaking the fuck out if they saw that. I honestly probably would. But yeah,
maybe people still believed in alchemy at that point as well. I'm not sure.
Probably, I believe it.
I kind of believe it now.
Well, you can turn.
I'm actually an alchemist.
Oh, wow.
When I'm not at work or streaming, I do alchemy in my basement.
Actually, I lost my leg because I saw the truth.
Oh no, Edward, don't do it.
Give me back my brother.
Alchemy was a real thing, by the way, guys. Alchemy
Yeah.
was a real thing. Yeah. It's interesting some of the stuff you find out that people believed in the past. But yeah.
Yes. Well, they go to Victor's humble abode. Well, I say humble, so it looks actually pretty big now that I see it again. And Hollander, he's here. Like, hey, I got some message from William. It's like, oh yeah, is he gonna come visit? It's like, yeah, I got a fiance, which also happens to be my my niece. She's nice. Here I have a picture. It's like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. Anyway, can I talk to you a little bit? It's like, oh yeah, sure. You sit right down. And he tells him that, oh, that was quite impressive. And you have like a little bit of character stuff with Victor as well. He's like, oh yeah, thank you. I know it's pretty awesome, isn't it? he's very proud of himself with his accomplishments.
Yeah, Victor didn't take his lessons about ego to heart from his dad. You can see it.
Absolutely.
Not at all. No.
So yeah, he tells him that he thought it was brilliant, but I think you can't actually contain it for that long. You probably only had like a couple of minutes with that thing or something along those lines. So yeah, you probably would need some funding to do more research because you can't really contain it. I think this is also where the Prometheus line comes in. It's like, oh yeah, it's on screen right now. Can you contain your fire, Prometheus? Or you're going to burn your hands before delivering it? So there's the Prometheus reference we talked about. Yeah. And Victor is like already annoyed at him. He's like, well, see, as you might have noticed, I'm not really equipped to talk to strangers, and I'm also tired, so I think you can leave now, if that is all. He's like, oh no, actually, far from it. How about I'll show you something, and or let's have a talk.
Why would he mention such a bad movie?
He's also a seer, Mr. Harlander here. He's like, there's gonna be a movie in the future. It's gonna be really bad. It's gonna be in the franchise of an established franchise, which also is kind of bad at this point.
And I don't know how,
like, at least before he grows his hair, it does kind of look like one of the engineers from Prometheus.
Yeah, he does. Smooth. That's one more complaint from me. I kind of missed the stitches on the monster. I would have them,
You mean like the proper stitches, like the
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That'd be cool. It kind of looks typical Prometheus alien, but yeah.
They do have a conversation now at Harlander's residence. And this is where they go into saying, oh, it's like, I was probably you probably have like a limited time to get this done. So yeah, we should probably do something about this. Victor asked him, oh, what do you know? Are you like a surgeon yourself? It's like, oh yeah, I was like a field surgeon back in the day. Not a very good one either, but I know when I see a corpse and it's probably waning in quality.
He had like a model in the room who he was taking photographs of, and she kind of ate the peach, and I think that was just a reference to Adam and Eve. I'm guessing. He's like, why would you take a bite out of it?
Yeah,
like, really?
I was hungry. And yeah, the thing he wants to show him is what do you call it? Like the fifth nervous system or something? The fifth part of it?
The lymphatic system, really. But I think that what's
so. Can someone explain to me what any of this meant? Because I was just this was just medical mumbo jumbo to me, where I had no fucking clue what they want.
Okay, so
the only thing that was important to me is like, here, this middle thing, that's where the energy is going. So you probably want to prod that. It's like, okay, I got that part.
So the lymphatic system is a series of vessels and nodes throughout the human body that carries a lot of the functions that deal with like immune system stuff, and it's not blood, but it's laid out much like the circulatory system is. And like if you've ever heard of people like with cancer saying it's like spread to their lymph nodes, the reason that's a massive problem is because if one of the lymph nodes gets blocked with something like cancer cells, you can't really heal from any diseases or injuries, because the things that sort of carry a lot of the elements of your body that fight invaders or like of any kind are just like unable to travel at that point. Where I think it's kind of neat the way this is portrayed, that I mean may or may not be true because I don't know too much about like traditional Chinese medicine or anything like that, is that the chakras and sort of Eastern medicine concepts apparently dealt with the lymphatic system and the lymph nodes, and that apparently, at least as far as this movie kind of implies, is what acupuncture and things like that are based on. Like they put the needles in the actual lymph nodes, which I had honestly not heard before, but I guess it makes a deal of sense. So
all right.
Yeah, but the lymphatic system is actually real, and it would be the kind of thing that they may not have initially known about, because it's not as easy to track something like lymphatic liquid the way you would be able to track like blood, because blood is very blood vessels are very large and easy to see. But we like when we're doing assessments of like illness and things like that, we have to do things like palpate the lymph nodes, and if there's sensitivity there, that probably means that their body is like actually fighting something off.
Yeah.
But Mark, is that where the soul could be stored? That's
see, that's a philosophical or theological question, and I cannot answer that. I can just answer that, hey, if I palpate the bottom of your mandible and there's like big kind of swollen areas there that are sensitive to the touch, that means you might have a virus of some kind. That
is that my soul? It's like, nope, that's
not
AIDS.
come into work for the
damn it.
next 2 days and wear a mask for like 10 days after that.
My limited Catholic theology tells me it might be the brain. I don't know.
Oh, like where the soul is?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I guess like if you
I keep mine in a jar. I keep mine in a jar so it doesn't get lost.
My soul resides in the balls.
Anyway, they talk about the thing. He tells them that, oh yeah, they put a cadaver on wood and then they stripped away layer and layer, and this is how they kind of ingrained it into the wood. But what is interesting to Victor is the middle part where they say you could do energy here, but it's probably going to be where we have to get to it from the front. He's like, no, from the back. And he kind of takes Hollander, turns him around, just prods on his back. He's like, oh, we're going to go for here, blah, 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 go, and then put the energy here. And that could work. That's actually a good idea. And Hollander immediately turns around. I give you unlimited resources to do as much research as possible. He's like, okay. What's the catch? It's like, oh no, I just wanna record it, document it,
And we're late to find out that there is a catch.
Yeah. Probably at the worst moment, he could have revealed that.
I maybe would have brought it up earlier.
Yeah. And Victor was obviously a bit sussed out. It's like, okay, that sounds cool. I'll consider it. And it's like, oh, don't pretend like you're a reasonable person now. He tells him before he leaves. I thought that was a pretty fun line. But yeah, it is kind of clear that there's definitely something else going on, that he is interested in this kind of thing. And obviously, if there's like a way to have like eternal life of sorts or reanimate the Flash, that's just interesting enough for most people, I would say. And now we get introduced to William and Elizabeth. Now the aged William, he's here, and they're like, "Hey, what's up, brother? Just doing stuff. Anyway, here's my wife. Let me introduce her." And she's already really normal and is holding a skull in her hand and just caresses it. And I would be like, "You should not marry this woman. This bitch is crazy."
I would marry her. I have a crush.
Yeah,
I just have to
Shia LaBeouf got
immediately
that.
immediately think of the smiling friends meme. It's like, need to cut your losses and get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Wait, Mark, what did you say? She's married to Shia LaBeouf? What?
Yep. Or at least they have a kid together. I'm pretty sure they're
Really?
I can
Yeah.
fix her, someone in chat says.
She's like she has like a very cutesy kind of voice in her interviews as well, and she plays in horror movies. So there's a kind of irony in that.
Yeah, she's quite good in a lot of horror movies. Not all the movies she's in are good, but she's generally the best part of even the bad ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Strongly recommend Pearl, though. Pearl's a really good movie.
Well, they have some, I don't know, some desserts, some dinner. They have some food. They have some kind of pudding going on. Not that that's important, but I thought I'll mention it anyway. William tells Victor that he's surprised by the manner of the way he got expunged, kicked out of something, you know. He's like, oh, I was surprised you about the manner, and he's like, oh, you know what, I earned it. Aren't I right, Mr. Harlan? I was like, oh yeah, it was pretty amazing. And they I don't know, they kind of just go back and forth about, oh yeah, you were always like the more silent one, I wasn't, so yeah, it's we were just doing the things. And Victor just tells him about the whole thing. It's like, oh, this is like a what does it say in the subject, like a divine act or something? Yeah, a divine act by physical, chemical means. Why should I just whisper it? Like, why should I just keep it to myself? It's
And Elizabeth kind of keeps him into check, like you're.
Well, she kind of chuckles, and he's like,
Yeah.
you laugh. This is like, you fucking what, mate?
She kind of challenges him in a way
Yeah.
that no one else does, which is kind of interesting. And they grow closer together because of that.
Yeah, because
That's
he's like,
interesting.
ideas
Not
aren't
all-
worthwhile if, or was it aren't worthwhile if you just if they're just ideas or something.
Yeah.
Come on, subtitles,
And-
save me. Oh, not worthwhile by themselves. Yeah, there you go. That's the. And this is probably the part that made me really laugh out loud. It's like, oh, and enlighten me. And she's like, take the war, for example. And then Harlan and William was like, yeah, William, want to get some cigars and brandy in the study? They're like, fuck this, we're out of here. We've heard that a
You
billion
could tell
times
the uncle
already.
and her had like arguments over the war. Yeah.
That was great. Yeah. And
Why are
if
you trying to
I
reanimate monsters when there's a genocide going on?
She's kind of pointing out like, well, sanctity of life essentially, and Victor's kind of encroaching on that. It's interesting that even though they have like these conflicts, they still manage to get into a relationship. Not all relationships are like, I agree with you completely, marry me kind of thing. That there's some conflict involved, and I find those interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess in this
yeah.
version, Victor and Elizabeth don't really get together. It's kind of just her with William, right? It's just he likes her.
Yeah. And maybe if he was somewhat of had a better conscience on him, maybe things would have worked out better. Who knows?
Possibly.
Yeah. Like all the ideas people have, there's like all these people that are getting brought up by their mothers and parents in general. And they have all these ideas of, I don't know, honor, I don't know, chivalry, prestige, whatever it might be. And they go to war to die for these things. But they basically just go, I fucking said basically again. See, this is going to bother me now the next fucking weeks that I kept saying basically so often. And chat is going to make fun of it for me. It's going to happen. Anyway, there's all these people who pursue these ideas and just fall on the battlefield, for example, or by pursuing these ideas, while the people in charge that use these ideas to just make them do these things, they're not touched by a bayonet and guns.
They don't suffer the repercussions. Of
exactly.
It,
They don't suffer the we basically will mortal. I fucking hate my chat. I was kidding. I love you. So yeah, that's what she points out. So those ideas by themselves are kind of meaningless. And he asks like, "Oh, so you find my ideas foolish?" It's like, you know what? I think the boys are waiting for you. So how about you go get some brandies and cigars? So yeah, kind of fun stuff.
And we also noticed that in every scene, Victor drinks milk. No alcohol of any kind. I think I heard somewhere in like the interview clips that Victor is basically keeping himself healthy. He's not doing any drugs or things that could poison his mind. And Oscar Isaac said something about it being mother's milk as well.
I assumed it was a reference
to
his...
interpretations.
Yeah, I assumed it was a reference to his mother. They also talk about this. Yeah, there's like a couple of things they touch upon that brought up by mothers and nourished and fed just to die in the battlefield, pursuing these ideas. She's feisty, this Elizabeth. Yes. Shortly back to the not so North Pole. Just have a little thing that the creature is on the way back to the ship, and they go back to tell us more about his story. And they go to the big tower close to like on a hill or something, or close to the water. Was there water, or did I just imagine that?
At the bottom of the cliff, there was water.
Yeah. Okay. For some reason, I was unsure just now if there was water or not. But yeah, it's a big tower.
Big spooky tower.
Big
obviously.
spooky tower.
Yeah, the monster slides down the like thing into the water later on.
It can't be a gothic movie if it doesn't have a big spooky tower.
True. One tower at the edge of a cliff. Yeah, this is going to be his base of operations. That's the thing where he does his Frankenstein experiments. He's going to order all kinds of gadgets and doodads and things to build his reanimation chamber thingy-majig. And there's also a big hole in the middle that goes all the way down. Yeah, he just does like, we need electricity thingies there and there. William is writing all of this down. We need what was like pure silver rods for this for the roof and shit like this. And when Hollander hears him say, it's like, oh, so I guess we have an understanding. It's like, yep, we shall do.
He's like, yeah, because everything on my shopping list is going to cost a fuckload of money.
Yeah. We see where he gets some of the, well, body parts. And he's they're the public hanging. And he looks at the one guy's like, open up your mouth. He does. He just holds like his little tissue. So he's like, oh, man, you should be lucky you're here now, because you would have only made it a couple of more days anyway. Because his face and teeth are so bad. So yeah, he's getting corpses from these public hangings to experiment.
Yeah, he's looking down at life in general like that. He's kind of his current perspective is I'm focused on this science project. These are just people that are gonna be hanged. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's like a scientific experiment for him, if anything, right now. But later on, he kind of has a more of an appreciation for life, I think. Elizabeth's influence on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very concerned with the quality of the parts that he's going to be using for this too, like the health of the subjects.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Like this one has a big, strong back. That will do.
He spots Elizabeth and he's like, "Ooh, let me see what she's up to," and she's about to go to church to pray away her sins.
Confession.
He sneaks into the confession booth and pretends to be a father. And he's like, "Oh, well, when was your last confession?" Like, "Oh, weeks." I go, "Oh, sinned already."
My child.
And he does like another voice as well. Oh, if you so
I'm
hastily
like,
committed sin.
Tell
have
me
you
about
committed sins of lust?
Yeah.
Perhaps. No. Sins of hatred. I'm like, hatred?
And it kind of looks like she's actually like, oh, she's into the guy. And it's just like, oh no, it's not lust, it's hatred. He sucks. Like, he's so annoying. And he almost breaks character. It's like, oh, well, that was a bit harsh.
I don't know. He sounds pretty cool to me.
Yeah. But we learned that he's very easy to spot in a crowd. And then he realizes, like, oh, she knows that's me. He just opens up the
She's not interested.
yeah. He opens up the little cabin door. It's like, okay, well, want to grab some food then, I guess. And during that conversation with the food, it's like, oh, what, did you get some romance novels here in your little books? Like, that's pretty misogynistic of you, but that's not what she says. That's not funny. But yeah, unsurprised you would think that, but no, it was like physics, not physics, it was like nature books, like
like the anatomy of bugs.
Anatomy about insects or something. Like she talks, I think she talks about, she talks about the rhythms of God and where you can see them in different life forms.
In the tiniest of things. Yeah. It's surprising.
God is in the bugs.
Yeah.
Sometimes the tiny details are the ones that inspire most awe.
Yeah. But yeah, he's like, oh, she's actually kind of cool. Like, she's interested in like nature stuff and not just boring, normal wife things, and just wants romance novels and shit like that. And he points out that for the first time, he was a bit more interested in life than death.
Yeah,
but
I like this kind of arc of his that he's going through. Yeah.
But nonetheless, we got a assembly montage and things he's up to, and
when he was Oh no, we're not on this yet, but he'll be like cutting off a leg, and it looked so real to me.
It's
I was like,
nasty.
chills.
Yeah.
It'll be you, God.
Maybe not to Marc, but
Oh, I mean, to be fair, I was asleep for when that happened to me, but
okay. Phew.
Yeah, he's getting all the tools. He's got like a big rod. It's like, oh, did you use any other materials? Like, oh yeah, I used a copper or something. It's like, oh well, gotta redo it. That's not gonna do. This needs to be pure zinc or pure silver or something. Yeah, pure silver.
It kills vampires.
And he tells Williams like, oh, you must stay behind just a couple of more days. Okay, bye, thank you. And William is such a nice guy. He just does that. While he's kind of frolicking around with his fiancée, that bastard.
Yeah, Williams' actor was also from All Quiet on the Western Front.
He is, yeah, I saw that.
Who did he play? Oh, the main guy. Oh, wow. I didn't recognize him because...
the German name of character might be slipping my mind right now, but main guy.
I forgot his name too. That's fine.
Because his face was like so drained and soulless, losing his will to live in that film. I barely recognized him. Yeah. Huh. In here, he looks more alive.
In this montage, they catch a butterfly, or the butterfly lands on Victor's hand. It's like, should we let it go or trap it? And he's like, trap it. It's like, ooh, interesting. Anyway, they finish up the big build in the tower. They have like a thing where you can put the corpse parts on. They get the current into the body and stuff like that. And he's also he has like a hunched over corpse where he just tries things but it doesn't quite work as well. And it just goes back and forth between him experimenting but also hanging out with Elizabeth. And at the last scene, Halna realizes that it's like, oh, I hope we're not, distracting you from your research. Like, oh no, why would you?
He like pisses in the urinals, and he said like he raises up his finger like this is French porcelain or something like that.
Yeah, it makes a chime when you pee. But here he tells him that, oh, there's a big battle coming up. You got like 1 week. If you can't figure it out by then, we're donezo. It's like, hey, you said my funds are unlimited. It's like, yeah, that's true, but my patience isn't. So get it done.
Ooh.
Whenever someone says there's no catch, there is always a catch.
Always a catch. Back in his laboratory, Elizabeth's gonna visit him, and she looks at the, opened up corpse from the back. You can see the spine looking out, and he's prodding the things like, ooh, that's nasty. And she's like, oh no, I find it fascinating. Look, I can see all these things that God made, God's design, stuff like that, like symmetry, shapes, and like the thing she's interested in that we learned about with the insects. It's like, ooh, that's
Yeah, she dissects insects as well, so she's kind of interested in how living things work as well.
Yeah. And here Victor basically tells her, hey, I think there's like a bond between us and stuff, so how about you ditch my brother and just be with me? And kind of looks like she's like attracted to him in a way as well, but, you know, I really do like your brother. Like, I mean, you're cool, but no, I don't like you in that way that much.
Also, I mean, like as a character reveal, it's like, well, would you actually really want to be someone who with someone who would try to steal his brother's fiance?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, I feel like that must mean you're not a super trustworthy person. Maybe a little on the self-interested side.
Yeah, and she just tells him, I have chosen, and leaves the laboratory.
But the fact that she says, I have chosen, she was considering it.
Yeah, she was. She also says that a choice is the seat of the soul. So, yeah. Just more soul talk here. Well, he's taking a bath after, and then he's like, oh, God's symmetry. Wait a minute. And
light bulb idea in the bath, of course. You know,
yeah,
that's one of the ideas.
Then he runs back into the laboratory, completely naked, because symmetry. Maybe I'll use 2 prods. Was his idea at the same
in the back?
Yeah,
somewhere in the back, upper back.
I don't know. It felt like odd to me. It's like, wait, you didn't just try a second one somewhere else, like in a symmetrical thing. I don't know, this felt like weird to me. I don't know. I was just like, that was your like big revelation? Just try a second one in a different place? I don't know, I didn't really fully understand what the big breakthrough was here.
I think whatever this world is, it has its own rules in terms of making stuff go alive. Wow.
Well, he's kind of he's like prodding his own neck or spine thingy. It's like he realizes something, and then he puts like 2 in there, and then it works. So
yeah, the logic was he can't get to a certain place, a certain rod in place, but it's easier if he does it through the back, and he can kind of reach that specific place that kind of activates everything.
Yeah. And on just pointed out as well also that the battery needed to be above the lymphatic system. I get maybe he just tried a different spot. I don't know. He did science and he made things live. That's my idea. Anyway, they got the big fight, which means, look, we got unlimited corpses. We're gonna grab the best ones. So yeah. Wow. Go ahead.
Brutal that he was having trouble finding one with an intact brain. It's like, oh man, that sucks.
Wow.
Yeah. Also, it's very cold, so a lot of them have like frostbite on body parts. So those are unusable, of course.
I think using
for the organs, it might actually make them easier to use, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Using the war and the corpses, I think, was a really good idea for this. Because there's obviously questions like, where the hell would he get so many corpses? Would he just rob them from the graves and stuff like? And it really lends itself to, you know, is life sacred or not? And that really comes to question in war as well. Yeah. So it's a nice little thing to add to it in like the world building itself.
Yes. Well, he goes on bringing them corpses back home and starts cutting them. And this is where the scenes come up where he just starts slicing and dicing through the legs and everything. And they show him saw through the things, cut into flesh. It's pretty gnarly. Pretty gnarly. Looks really
what was
good.
the record for sawing off your leg? Like 38 seconds, I think. What's the record?
I didn't time mine.
Yeah,
I'm gonna Google it.
He's going at it, and he's
38 seconds to saw off a leg. Not something I thought I would Google, but hey.
Yeah. He starts to assemble. Also, Harlan is making some photographs of the face. So yeah, he's documenting the progress.
28. Sorry.
No, there you go.
The more you know.
Yeah, he's building montage is full force. The whole the whole room is like just full of blood. There's not bees, flies everywhere. He's just putting corpse parts into bags and just throws them down the little chute that the creature uses at some point to get out. You know what? Getting rid of corpses back then, much easier. You just have your little corpse chute and then you just throw them down.
I mean, like, that's probably the number of corpses that Victor used in other media is probably it's probably a 2-digit number. In here, I reckon he used like a 3-digit number of corpses. He seems to use like a whole lot.
Yeah, he's got a lot. I mean, he's got like the freezing basement as well that they repurposed for that. So I assume he just grabbed as many as possible to find the best parts for his experiment.
Right. The amount of work just to put stuff together. Can't imagine how long it must have took.
Yeah. And just fucking going through all the corpses and the smells, like, nasty.
I mean, I have questions. Did he give him reproductive organs or not, or did he give him like a digestion system? Does he eat? Well, he does eat.
Yes, because he actually later in the film when he talks about wanting a companion, he does mention reproduction as a thing that might be a possibility. So
right,
I would be curious as to whether or not they would be functional. Not only his, but the companion that at least in this film he does not get. But at least Victor does bring that up as a reason why he wouldn't want to make him a mate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But like making a man is one thing, but making a woman as well and have that it'd be insanely complicated as well. Even if we could reanimate corpses as well.
Yeah.
On the Branagh one, Elizabeth actually, I guess spoilers for the Branagh one, actually is turned into the potential bride of Frankenstein for about 5 minutes.
Yeah. There's iterations of the story where he actually does make him a bride, but he's like, man, that's so fucked that he destroys the second creature.
I think there's another one coming out this year that's about like the Bride of Frankenstein with like Christian Bale playing the Frankenstein monster.
Oh, okay.
I think in the Branagh one there was like an implication that if you resurrect someone they go that shit insane, whereas here he was kind of making a whole new person.
Kind of yes and no. I think though that there is elements of the previous person that is still there, and at least in the scene that she's been resurrected into a Frankenstein-style monster, she's kind of remembering that she loved Victor a little bit, but also like kind of getting drawn to the Robert De Niro Frankenstein monster for a second or two, and then she just decides that fuck it and burns herself alive.
That's nice.
Fun.
Yeah, I remember that.
The corpse has been assembled. It is finished, he says here in the subtitles. And he's about to have a little bit of a chillax, but lightning. He's like, oh shit, I can just do it like right now. And he rushes to get all his equipment in place, including a rod he needs to put on the roof at a very insecure place, which we'll see in a bit. And he's like, hey, Hollander, you gotta do it now. He's like, oh, my cane in the handle, give me the thing. And he hands him a little vial of mercury, I think it is.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
This was in the Chronicles of Frankenstein, this illness and this medication as well. So it must have been.
Well, I mean, the illness is in real life.
Yeah,
Syphilis.
no.
You
Yeah,
can still
yeah.
get it now. It's just much easier to
No,
treat because we have antibiotics.
yeah. I'm just saying, like, it seemed to be being a common disease back then. Yeah.
I mean, I think less so common and more that just you can't treat it. So once someone has syphilis, and in an era where brothels were, I suppose, a little bit more accessible than they are in, well, I mean, I guess we have a German in the chat, so not all countries, but most countries.
you want me to go
today.
right now?
No. We don't want you
I'll do
getting Hassan-style accusations about the age
Brothel
of the
review.
review, Jesus. But
I
yeah,
remember
so like,
working right outside of a gentleman's club as well, so not the same thing, but similar.
Yeah.
well, I'm just saying though that like if a person working at such a home, a house, if you will, was infected with syphilis, then they might give it to like every single person that they come across in their line of work, and because you could not cure it at the time, that it would have been a very brutal, painful, horrible death that involves
I don't
insanity
imagine
towards the end.
Mercury did a lot to help. Hey.
Probably not, though. Although I did quite like the line "One Venus with
One night with Venus, a lifetime with Mercury. I actually have it on
Mercury.
screen right now because I wanted to point that out as well.
Yeah, that was good shit. I'd never heard that expression before, but it it might have been a common one. I don't know if it was written for this movie, but I like that line. I was like, ooh.
It's funny. You have this illness from sex. Now take these pills that make you go insane and hallucinate. It's just okay, great.
I love it. Yeah, Victor's like, oh, what stage? Secondary? And it's like, oh, we both know it. It'll be fine. Then it's gonna rot away everything on me, and one day I'll wake up and start to scream, and then I'll never stop. So yeah.
Yeah.
And he says, well, as agreed, our deal, for my generous intervention on your behalf, as he says here, you're gonna give your body some life, and then you put me in that body. And he's like, no. He's like,
yeah.
I actually love this reaction. He looks at him, hears it, he's like, no. It's like,
and well, I think what's really great about this scene and his reaction is he's not just like, no, I wouldn't do that to you. He's like, no, your brain's infected. It's sick.
you're full of like syphilis. Like you're just gonna destroy the body. And he also probably doesn't even, he also has no idea of that actually how it would work, even if you would put the thing in here. Like this is the first time he's actually been able to like fully do this.
And it's interesting how he assumes that even if he put his brain, does that transfer his consciousness? No, probably not.
Well, and I mean, and that would be the real question, right? Like we haven't got to the point even in our world, at least that we're aware of brain transplant. But I guess the idea is that if you were, say, able to take a brain and either put it in a robot body or put it in someone else's body and connect everything properly and have it functional, would you still be the same person? And that I guess ties in also to the like, where is the soul? And as your point was that it's probably the brain, but I guess tech hasn't gotten to the point that we truly know that yet. But God, I say yet as if it is actually a foregone conclusion. Then we probably will be able to transplant brains.
Really quick, someone in chat's like, Carlos in chat. I see all your chats. The chat that's captured via OBS, it only shows the top chat thingies, and there's for some reason I can't switch that. So if there's like a word that YouTube doesn't like, it just filters it out. I don't know what the criteria are a lot of times. It's completely random. I see them all on my OBS chat, but the thing that's captured is just the weird top chat. So probably if you switch to top chat, that one thing disappears. It's just weird. Yeah, maybe when you type vaccine in general, you're just like, no. I don't know. The criteria are kind of weird when they don't let things through. So yeah, just wanted to bring that up because that happens a lot of times. Where it's like, wait, why doesn't it show up? It's like, no, it shows up for me. but for some reason it doesn't capture it all the time. It doesn't let
also
it through
in
all the
your own chat window, if you're missing some of the chats, you gotta go from top chat to live chat. Also,
Yeah, live chat just shows everything. Unless you do something super racist or something, then it just gets blocked in general from YouTube. It's a 7-tier system. I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes it'll just filter stuff out at random, and like often too, I'll even like not on a show that I'm on, but if I'm just like in the chat of another stream, sometimes I'll realize that I have missed responses to things I've said just because I didn't switch it to all chat from or live chat from top chat. And I'm just like, I'll look at the messages and go back and be like, oh, that person actually did respond to me. And I'm like, why did that get filtered out? It's like there was literally nothing at all wrong with what that person said, with no profanity or forbidden words or anything like that. But I don't know, YouTube.
Yeah.
And
go
they're
back to
giving us
movie. What I say is not that important. No, I think it's. I like pointing that out sometimes because I see that relatively often that people are confused, and it's like, yeah, no, that's just some YouTube tism. Maybe I need to see if there's a way to just do the top chat without having.
Chat seems to. I'm reading his past ones in live chat. So yeah, that I changed it. Worked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Type of more PCP. Yeah, that always works. Wait,
what I want?
Yeah.
PCP doesn't get filtered out though. So that's something I always want to say.
What I wanted to mention, Frankenstein's monster says at some points that he has different memories of
he does
different people. So I'm wondering, like, maybe because we talk about the soul, the brain carrying the soul. Maybe it's different parts of your body that also carry something of the person. I think. I had this interesting conversation with another Catholic mutual saying something about organ transplants and the interesting like side effects of them. I can't remember exactly what it was. Hang on. We can keep talking. I'll remember it.
All right, no worries.
There's also stuff like the Assassin's Creed concept of like, does your DNA actually contain any memory data information?
Yeah.
There's not any proof of, but that also is a theory that like theoretically you can access the memories of your ancestor because they're carried through the bloodstream.
Yeah.
I'm not claiming that that's true, for the record, before people start saying like, oh, that's all bullshit Assassin's Creed stuff. I'm like, yeah, I know, but it is like, that's the kind of the theory behind that is the reason they put that in that game.
I'm not saying that's true, but I did levitate last night. I can't prove that, but I did.
Yeah, I remembered one of my levitating ancestors, and then boom.
I was like, oh shit.
Feet off the ground.
That was easy.
It's like, okay, I'll keep that one in the back pocket in case I ever need to levitate.
Right. Anyway, syphilis. We were at syphilis. That was fun.
Yeah. Well, syphilis wouldn't be, but
yeah. Honda wants to put
getting it, I guess. Not having it, though.
Yeah. Is it worth the cost? I don't know. No, I don't think so.
Who did you get the syphilis from? I guess that part's important for that question.
Let me see. Oh yeah, he got like the rest of his equipment. Victor did, and now he's climbing up the tippy top of the tower, which looks incredibly dangerous because it's also raining, and he's not wearing any, ropes or anything. I guess the plan was always like, yeah, I just go up there and put the lightning rod there. So he does. He comes back down, and Hollander's like, "No, please do it. I gave you everything you wanted. I can give you more, even Elizabeth." And he's like, "Ooh, okay."
I was like, "Okay, now you're
touched on that." Yeah.
What else can we get on the table here?
Yeah.
Man?
Victor's like, "Deal. When I can have Elizabeth, I'll do it." But no, this is where he explains like the disease is all over your body. Every organ that you have is polluted, so it's just going to ruin everything. So it's not that you can't do it; it's impossible.
And see, this is where I think Harlander probably should have made that a condition and come clean with them initially. Be like, look, you use me as your first attempt.
Yeah.
And you have this deadline because I am dying and you are the only scientist that might be able to prevent me from dying. And hey, if that experiment ends up failing, I put it in my will so that you'll have enough resources to do it again in your ideal conditions. But I want to be the first attempt because I don't have time to wait around for this tech to get perfected. And
Yeah,
I think him not doing that was arguably kind of stupid, because it's like, wait, I mean, did you really think that he would just agree if you sprung it on him on like the day of? Be like, by the way, put my brain in there.
Maybe just
he wasn't considering it at first. He didn't know he was gonna die so soon, and now that he's getting really more ill, he's leaping to this, like he's scared.
Right.
I think also kind of, well, I guess not funny, but an interesting sort of coincidental parallel that is Waldman, who's the doctor in, I don't know if in the book, but definitely in the Kenneth Branagh one. He's the one that does the initial research that Victor then perfects and is able to create the monster. And his death at the hands of actually Robert De Niro, before he becomes the primary face, at least for Frankenstein's monster, kills him. And then he uses Waldman's brain. Right. So it's like the Harlander sort of rewritten character in that movie actually does become the brain. And
I know someone in chat just pointed out there's the other Prometheus throwback or reference where he says, "I will be the eagle that feasts on your liver."
Yeah, that's the one I mentioned earlier. But that's a pretty explicit one. Also, everybody should watch The Lighthouse.
I don't like it.
But yeah, they're arguing a little bit. He tells him, no, it's not possible. And Holland grabs one of the rods and he's like, do it, or I'll throw the thing down, and then your experiment is over.
Oh,
Tony Montano is that's Al Pacino, not Robert.
I found it. So after organ transplantation, apparently your behavior changes.
Okay.
A lot.
Well, I mean, maybe. Like
that's the speculation. So there is something to that. That our body.
I'm certain my personality shifted when I had a leg replaced with a robot part. I'm probably not precisely the same person. So I don't even know if that's necessarily aspects of the other like transplanted organs personality, as much as it's just, I think if you've been through something like that, it sort of can shift your perspective on things and how you react to certain stuff.
It's more so like, heart transplants and stuff like that, rather than just cutting off something. Just replacing it with a certain organ transplants seem to.
I think the more interesting, and granted, I'm not looking at the research or anything like that, so maybe this is part of it. If you never met the donor, but you end up adopting elements of their personality that are like revealed later, it's like, oh, well, I don't know, like say this person was like a totally upstanding citizen with like no mental health issues at all, and then he got this heart transplant and ended up murdering like, I don't know, like 10 college girls or something like that. And then you found out that the heart transplant was from a like serial killer that murdered college girls. That shit would be creepy as hell.
But, nothing that major.
Like, obviously,
behavior
it might
changes,
be something less explicit than that. I just like that's an easy example because it's very clear. But I would be interested to see how close those personality changes come to the donor's personality, and how much of it's just like, okay, well, they went through a big surgery, so their life's a bit different. They have to modify the way they do things, and therefore their personality obviously is not exactly the same as when they were fully healthy. But
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, but I can believe both, really. That there might be some slight behavior changes regardless.
I have no idea. Let's go back to the movie. Where were we? Oh yeah, he's grabbing one of the rods, and a little bit of it. No, not those rods. No.
That's what she said.
Ew. They have a little bit of a scuffle, and Victor obviously is not trying to kill him. He tries to get him back up, but it's too slippery, and he falls down, same as the rod. The rod is a little bit damaged, but he still grabs it and puts it on the thing. But also Hollander, he crashes down hard, and his back of his head explodes, and his brain spills out.
Skull.
Yeah, his fucking skull just gets cracked. And
I did like though that it seemed like that shot, at least like the implication I got is that Victor did kind of say, well, I mean, can I use his brain? Like after he died, he was like, I don't know, like can I do this
Like
for
trying
him?
to
Because
undo his mistake. Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
And yeah, like I thought that like it being impossible, I think makes that choice a little bit easier. But I think that was sort of at least a bit of initial indication of Victor's arc, where it's like maybe he was like, well, perhaps me being as harsh with him as he was a mistake, and if I can do this now that there's no risk to him as a live person because he's now a dead person, I will. So it's like the first thing he does is checks out his brain, and then he's like, oh shit, when he sees the whole back of his skull's been turned into a pancake.
Yep.
Right.
What do you think? Because the silver got bent. Is there?
So yeah, that doesn't really come up. I was a little weirded out by that.
I was thinking like maybe that disturbs these creations somehow.
That's what I was thinking, but they never bring it up again, so I guess it was just fine. It's like, yeah, it didn't really do anything.
I mean,
I sort of thought that might be how he loses his leg, like that a bolt of the lightning just like fries his leg because it shoots out from the thing, and that's part of what makes him then resent the monster. But no, it doesn't really seem to affect the experiment all that much. And honestly, I'm surprised Victor didn't like take out a hammer and at least try to get it roughly back into position.
True,
because it seems like there's a big obvious angle coming out of the tip of this silver rod. And he just hooks it up anyways. He's like, nah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you could imply that might be the reason he's not as smart from the get-go or something. I don't know. But it doesn't really come up again. That's just speculation on my part.
Yeah, that was my speculation as well. But it's just like, how would he have designed them to be smart from the get-go? Is it just that bend? It's just like, it kind of falls apart, that speculation, but who knows?
And I mean, like, he does turn out to be pretty fucking smart. Like,
he does actually, So maybe nothing went wrong.
But you gotta say, I like that he's not just groaning like monster that has nothing to him. I thought that this version of him, like being able to like speak in full sentences and read and all sorts of stuff like that, I thought that was neat.
Yeah. But it looks like it has failed at first because he's not getting up, so he goes back to his bedroom, lies down, falls asleep for a while, and when he wakes up, the creature is just at his bed and is kind of mimicking his movements, and this is where he learns his first word, Victor. And
the name of his creator.
Yeah.
That's poetic.
And he sees the sun for the first time. He mimics it. It's like, see, sun is light, warmth and life. And he just kind of bathes in it. The only thing he can say right now is Victor.
And yeah, I think, again, the actor, I think, does a really good job with mixing that horrific creature makeup with this like sense of childhood wonder in his like eyes that I think the performance comes through quite well. And again, props to Jacob Elordi for the performance. I thought this scene in particular, I thought it was quite good.
Yeah,
it's a toddler in a huge, humongous man's body.
Humongous body.
He played that pretty well. Humongous body.
Well, back at we see William's place, or I guess Hollander's place, wherever he chills out. He's got a ladder. He's like, ooh, that's cool. That's gonna come in later. Victor leads the creature down to the basement. He's like, here, come. Yeah, see, this is water. Oh, this is fun. And he chains him up because he's like, man, he looks kind of strong, and I don't know if he's dangerous. So right now it looks like he's just doing this as a safety precaution, which, makes sense to me, honestly.
Yeah. And I really like the way that he tries to like entice him to the chase. Look, it's the plaything. Yeah. I'm locking you up here. And it's just, he treats him like a toddler at first as well.
Yeah, because he chains him down there, but he just kind of wants to stay with him because, well, he sees him as the parent, pretty much.
Yeah.
But he's
Yep.
like, no, stay here. I'll be right back. And he goes like, Victor. And just kind of plays with the water. And
Yeah, he seems oddly understanding about the chains. Like, or not understanding so much as not bothered by them. Because, like, you got to figure
does he
that
know
even
what
if
they're
it is
for?
a toddler,
Yeah.
if you put a toddler in like on a leash or something like that in a basement as a parent and then went upstairs for the first time, leaving it alone ever, it is going to be crying its eyes out. And like I would be mildly concerned about a monster with that kind of strength getting surprised and upset, and it's not really an issue here.
right.
I mean, he is more. It's like his first day. Does he know how to cry? I don't know. I guess he is not that advanced.
Well, I mean, it's
he's more
instinct, right?
interested
So,
in everything that's
less
around
so.
him. Yeah.
I think he would less cry and more start screaming and trying to get the chains off himself, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like he wouldn't really understand. If anything, I think that Victor might have been able to do a bit better by chaining the monster up than chaining himself up and sitting there for a while and then unlocking his own chains and going upstairs, because then he wouldn't be seeing chains on arms as something that is bad. It's like, people when they sit in a room, they put chains on. That's cool.
Yeah. So yeah.
He does play with the puddle as well. So.
And this is
Again,
where he basically tells us what he feels right now, which I wish this would have been a scene without any dialogue at all. I know this is currently him telling that to the captain.
Yeah, the captain.
Yeah. But God, I think this would have been so much more effective when he just sits down. We just see him sit down on the staircase and blow out the candles and just thinking was like, oh yeah, I did it. Fuck, what now? Because we just hear him say, yeah, I made him. I can now mold him, but I actually never considered what would come after creation.
Yeah, I really like this part. It surprised me because I thought it'd be more about the building of Frankenstein. I didn't consider it either, and it's fun that the film explores that.
Yeah, he even points out that the creation felt unnatural, and now that he's done what he set out to do, there's like a void of meaning, I think he says. And now he doesn't really know what to do. He didn't consider what would come after creation, as I just said.
He didn't see himself as a nanny necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then we briefly go
not the
back
best
to
talker.
then we briefly go back to the captain and the ship. And it's like, you share my madness. You really want to go further with the mission and your men, but you should just head home.
Yeah. Once you reach that point, like what then? You know?
Yeah. Which is kind of interesting because that happened a lot of times in like wrestling storylines, where you have like the hero character, I guess, at the time chasing the big title. And it's like everything is like super duper exciting, and then they finally get the belt, the big title, and it's like, yeah. And then it's like, oh, okay, so what are we gonna do now? And a lot of times it's just a couple of defenses of the title, and then we move on with the next story. So it's always interesting to consider. It's like, yeah, the chase is very exciting, but what do we do? What are we doing after? So that's
Journey before destination.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I guess we're now going into the part where he has to take care of the monster. He like cuts his hair here and there, and he just tries to make him say anything, do anything else except stumbling around and say Victor. But
you can see that he's getting slowly irritated, and I'm more irritated that
you can see it, but he also tells you, and I got a little bit annoyed with the movie at that point because, like, yeah, I can see he's getting annoyed with it. You don't really need to tell me. I know you telling the captain, but if you just show it to me here, I can imply or infer that he told the captain he was irritated by this.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just a couple of
I also
things where
think
it's
that
like, oh, you don't really need to spell it out like that.
aside from the boot, it also seems like he's not really ever making a concerted effort to like teach.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
he does in the first scene when he says Victor and then points at himself, and then like the monster says Victor almost immediately afterwards. But it seems like he's just sort of hoping that it'll just learn other words on its own, and it just keeps saying Victor, and that pisses him off. And I'm just like, well, I don't know, man. Like, it seems like you're not really making an effort to like sit down and say, show
Yeah.
it a picture of a cat and say cat and keep pointing at the cat until like the way you would teach
Like
a little
a,
kid to
a,
speak says the
yeah, a
word.
literal blind man had better luck in teaching him words than
Mm-hmm.
Victor.
Yeah.
And like again, it's his ego. Why isn't this creature like me? Why isn't this creature as smart as me, or maybe even smarter? Like I am so disappointed in me because it doesn't represent this perfect vision that I had.
Yeah, because
And
in his
ego thing,
mind,
vanity.
he does all his crazy science and surgeon stuff, which he's really, really good at, like exceptionally good. And then he finishes the thing, and the outcome is, oh, he's not immediately just a fully functioning human being.
Yeah.
And now he has to go from just being scientific and do surgeries and stuff to being emotional and teach people and so
Having some
compassion.
empathy. And
it's
yeah.
like, oh,
Victor is
he's
less than 32 years old, it seems.
it's like, oh yeah, he's not really cut out to do that at all, which you see very quickly. It's he's getting annoyed, and he's like, oh, maybe somewhere in there's some kind of intelligence in there. Maybe you want to say anything else, but he just keeps saying Victor.
It just goes to show that perhaps he was. You need to very carefully consider what you're creating and what you're creating it for. Especially with something as complicated as a human being, because a human being has all sorts of needs. Not just hunger, not just thirst for water, but just emotional support, this teaching, what have you. And there's a whole nother side of being a creator that has to kind of take care of its creation
Yeah.
that Victor just did not consider.
Well, and there's like the thing that I noticed, and I'm not sure whether or not you would call it bad writing that Elizabeth flat out says it, but the idea that he can only say Victor, and he's like, yeah, well, perhaps that's the most important word in the world to him right now. That's like the only thing that really matters is you, because you're his dad, and yeah, he cares about you. And then another line where he keeps referring to something like I created something like you, and he says like the monster says someone, you created someone. And like I like that concept of Victor just thinking of it as a science project that he did, whereas other people around him could say it's like, no, you created a life. Like whether you want to call it human or not, I guess is debatable, but you definitely created an intelligent being that thinks and feels. So like, what do you do with that? And the answer is obviously not just be a dick to it and hope that it all works out,
Yeah. They chains up the creature again. William and Elizabeth decide to visit because Hollander hasn't been around, and they're worried that something might have happened. Victor grabs William's like, I have so much to show you, and just leaves open the door to the creature, who immediately says Victor. And Elizabeth, oh, I'm gonna check that shit out.
Someone in the chat said he should have hired a children's behavioral psychologist. Like, I think even hiring someone like that, the creature then would be more like the psychologist. So there is kind of like this, the creator has its own mark on something that you created, and Victor is kind of.
Actually, I also think this was taking place pre-psychology.
It
wasn't too long before Freud and Jung, but it definitely was prior to that.
But it's like he's imprinting his own imperfections to the creature, of neglect, of this kind of intellectual superiority. He's exactly doing what his dad did to him, this kind of neglect and praising the intellectual, valuing only the intellectual. So that's another layer to this. It's not just a matter of having empathy, but imprinting your own imperfect self onto something that you made or that is yours. Yeah, which is also interesting.
Oh, pardon me.
Metal's dying. No, the syphilis is getting him.
Quick, put my brain in the jar or something. Yeah, Elizabeth goes to check that shit out and finds the creature. And the creature is like, oh, that's interesting. And then Elizabeth is nice to the creature, and the creature likes that. And yeah, she just kind of checks the creature out. And she sees that he's like bleeding. It's like, oh, who hurt you? And obviously you can now imagine he can only say one word. He probably said Victor, and she storms up and is like, the man downstairs. It's like, oh, you've seen him, huh?
That's the first time he's referred to as a man as well.
Yeah. It's just kind of interesting. It's like, oh, did you hurt him? It's like, no, it was the world that hurt him, Elizabeth. I gave him life. It's like, oh, you're already at this point, okay. And they go down, check it out, and he kind of parades the creature around like a circus attraction. It's like, oh, he's still getting used to his surroundings, you know.
The chainsaw for safety, yeah. Does he whisper Elizabeth after meeting her as well? That's the important thing to remember. Did we mention that?
Yeah, does that happen here? Like when she walks away and then he says Elizabeth?
Or that's later. That's
later. Oh, okay.
I think that's when she's visiting him at the night times.
Okay.
But yeah, he tells him that all the systems are functional. He's pretty exceptional. Everything is healing. It's pretty cool.
I guess it also continues Guillermo del Toro's trend of having pretty lady fall in love with monstrous creation. Which
I got the vibe that it was. I know Del Toro does that, especially with Shape of Water. I don't know what the hell that.
Yeah, it was twice in Hellboy. Both. Well, granted, that was Mike Mignola's story, but yeah, both. I think also Elizabeth in Hellboy falls in love with Hellboy, and then the elf prince and princess in Hellboy 2 falls in love with Abe Sapien.
Yeah,
he's also a fish man, like Shape of Water.
Yeah. I know the Guillermo monster allegations, but I felt like Del Toro was less weird in this film, and I got more so the vibe, like a motherly vibe, like kind of like an interest. Like she's interested in bugs, she's interested in life forms, and she's kind of like in a state of wonder, like what is this kind of thing? Kind of
there is an element
not a strictly romantic thing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, also though, it's hard to deny that this version of Frankenstein's monster is like, while horrific in some ways, is also like jacked and kind of handsome too. Like he's not exactly hideous to look at, despite the scarring, as you could say.
Well, she asked why he's chained here. It's like, oh, it's for it's safety. Also, it's easier to clean. It's a him, or what do you say? He's a human being created a life, essentially. And yeah, they have to prepare everything. Have to have everything presentable, and he shows him the letter here, I think. That's a little bit later. No, here William asks, "Is it intelligent?" And he doesn't really answer. We just cut to them being back in the studies, I guess, and looking at some of Holland's documentation. It seems. Oh yeah, Victor looks like he's finally kind of succumbing to the exhaustion. He's just kind of lying on like it's not even a couch, it's like two recliners or something pushed together. He's just kind of hanging out on that. And William asks him, of all things that make a man or put together a human body, which one is the soul? So again, we gotta
where is the soul still? Yeah,
gotta get the soul talk. It's a big thing.
It is. It's an interesting thing.
Yeah. And, Elizabeth goes down to the creature at night, who is just kind of, playing around, putting a leaf in the water, watching it move. It's like, ooh, look at the leaf.
He's discovered floating. No.
Yeah. Eureka! Buoyancy! But yeah, she's just kind of checking out. It's like, and she's like doing more the compassionate things. Like he gives her a leaf. She's like, "Ooh, a leaf for me, thank you." It's like, "Oh, look, isn't this beautiful?" And then she's like, grabs the hand, puts it on her. It's like, "Here, Elizabeth, that's my name." And it was like, "Here, if you put your hand here, you can feel the vibrations of me talking." Like, Elizabeth, can you say that? And he ends up doing that. So his second word is Elizabeth. So yeah, now instead of being yelled at and maybe even punched a little bit by Victor, he found a little bit of compassion and niceness, which is
he associates the word with something good, and he has an urge to actually say it. Yeah.
And Victor is waiting outside. He's like, "Oh, you really shouldn't talk to that thing." It's like, "Oh, it's not a thing. It's a guy." It's like, "No. I created something, but not nearly with the intelligence that I thought it might be, or as he as he has intended." And she just points out, maybe it's not the way you understand it, because it just goes back to what we've already said. He sees it more as a science project, while she's like, "Yeah, no, he's basically an empty canvas. You need to mold him like he's a child." She even goes as far to say it's like he's like a purer form of life, because he's not any idea of the bad and the good and whatever. You can make him a really good person. You just have to raise him right. Is I guess the very basic idea of what she says to him. While he is like, "No, something went wrong. There's like some sutures went off or something." Doesn't connect right. Like I failed. I did something wrong. So this just doesn't work. So yeah, just again the the clash between compassion and science, you could say. And she also tells him that only monsters play God, Baron. It's like, ooh. And
yeah, he's obsessed with what it didn't turn into, and is kind of disregarding all of the success and what he actually did create.
Yep.
Right. And then he goes downstairs and releases his anger in a way, and it really looks like he kind of conditioned him like a dog or a circus act. Like, go up on the little
hitting
pedestal.
him with a stick like Dad was as well.
Yeah, give me your leg, and hits him on the back, and he just points at the pedestal, and he climbs up on it, and he calls it beast, like, but now he's not saying Victor anymore with like, some kind of interest and compassion or something. He's like, Victor! Now he's angry. And
you taught him anger, yeah.
Yeah, Victor realizes, oh shit, I fucked up. Like, this is a bad time.
Like, yes, maybe I shouldn't have been so angry around this thing that could very easily kill me and everyone I know.
Yep. Obviously, you might wonder, oh, why aren't they asking about Harlan? It's like, oh, they've been asking, but he told them he is on a trip. He's gonna come back later. But now, the next day, he shows William the corpse of Harlander in the icy basement.
It was the beast that did it.
Yeah, and he immediately frames the beast like, he is dangerous. I have to get rid of it. So, what you're gonna do? You're just gonna take Elizabeth. You need to go back to the town. Something important came up. Whatever. Make something up. You need to get out of here. And so they do. And immediately after, Victor gets all the fuel and burnables in the tower and just pours it everywhere. So,
yeah, this was a bit of an abrupt decision, I found. I was like, wow, you really you went from 100 to 0 pretty quick there as far as like your interest in this project, didn't you?
Yeah, and he also leaves the letter here that invites him to, I guess, back to the tribunal or something. To
that
present
letter
his
is
thing.
yes.
This is going to be a
didn't
very
mean to
important
stop
thing that he threw that away here.
Yeah.
Back in the carriage where they go back, Elizabeth says, "You go to Vienna. I'm gonna go back." So they're about to turn around, and yeah, Victor just goes around, puts all the things here. He's like, "Come on, say one thing, one more thing, anything besides Victor. Save yourself. Come on, do it." And he says Victor. He's about to go away, and then he says Elizabeth. He's like, "Yo, that's probably the one word you shouldn't have said."
Yeah, that's exactly what I said during the screening. So I got it like, wrong word.
Yeah. And he goes outside, unleashes the fire, and leaves. But then he hears the creature cry for help. He's like, "Victor, Victor." He's like, "Oh shit, I should have done that." He tries to go back, opens the door, it does a big bada boom. And that's actually how his leg gets fucked up.
Rip.
He crashes into a little, I don't even know what you call these little obelisk-shaped thingies. I don't know. And the others arrive back at the place. Everything is ablaze. And we cut back to the captain. And with that, tale number 1 is donezo. And Victor says, oh, hang on, I have the exact wording was here. Yeah, because he says, "This is not the end of it. In seeking life, I created death." Because now the monster is out for revenga. And there's a ruckus on the ship again. It's like, looks like I need to address my men again. But nope. The creature is now here. He's waiting at the door. And he's coming in.
Not killed after all.
And he's about to strike the captain. He's like, no, take me, leave him alone. He's not doing anything. And it's interesting because the captain says, "All right, come on, do it, kill us both, confirm your maker's tale." And it's like, And there's like silence.
So what did this motherfucker tell you?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he told you his tale? Well, now I'm gonna tell you mine.
The cap's like, all these people are trauma dumping me. So I'll your father and son issues later, all right?
All right, fine, but I gotta pee first.
So yeah, we get the creature's tale now, which just locks into where we left off. We see all the fire. He tells the captain, or both of them, he was calling for him, but he didn't come back, so he had to kind of save himself by, using his big strength, destroying the chains, and go down the little water slide chute. And the way he frees himself is just using, his big strong boy powers. And this is how he survives. He falls down into the water, and at some point he wakes up ashore, close-ish to the tower, and he just starts making his way into the woods, marveling at all the nice things he sees: the woods, leaves, the floor, bones. Also, I mean, those are not necessarily nice, but he looks at a skull and finds a coat. He finds some deer, and he's just he says, "Oh, the deer are eating something. I'm kind of hungry. I'm gonna eat that too." So it's just consistently learning little things here and there. But all of a sudden, a shot appears. A shot is getting shot because there's some hunters getting some deer, and then he gets shot. But we already know he doesn't really care if he gets shot. He regenerates really quickly. He's getting chased by the two hunters, but he is able to shake them off. He makes his way to a hut where he hides in the side doors or the side cabinet. I think it's like a milling.
It's like the gears, gears of the mill.
And this is where he just hangs out for a while. I'm not entirely sure how long, but it's probably a couple of weeks because his hair grows long and everything. So he's just kind of hanging out here with the rats and the mice and the cobwebs. And also the walls are a little see-through. There's like gaps in between because it's just made out of wood. So he's able to just look at the family that lives here. And this is where the blind man we talked about earlier comes into play, because he teaches the daughter of them how to read and talk, and he picks up on all these things. So this is a way how he gets a very rudimentary understanding of the language.
The blind man is Walter Frey from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, well, Game of Thrones.
I guess it's a bit awkward that all the people don't ever, see him
His
at
stealth
all.
Stat is super high.
He's got 100 stealth.
Maybe the blind man heard. Yeah, the blind man.
Yeah, the blind man did hear him for sure. I don't know the other ones. There's like some scenes where I feel like, oh, you were seen, especially because he hangs out on the roof sometimes and outside, and I don't know, maybe he's very sneaky, but yeah, I don't know. That's just maybe this was a bit lucky because he's there for a while. So yeah, this is where he learns that people talk to each other, and he he just catches up on all the letters and stuff, and just hangs out, helps them out at the night, and they even call him the nature or the god of the nature of the woods or something. Sorry?
Spirit of the forest.
Spirit of the forest.
Right. Like he knocks in some wood into the floor for fences, or brings them firewood for the night and stuff like that.
Night is more like a month.
Well, no, he does it at night. Like he brings them at night, but it's a lot of firewood.
So he brings like a shitload of firewood.
Yeah, it was like, the spirit of the forest. It's like, yay. To say thank you to the spirit of the forest, and they're like, thank you. And it's like he's just kind of peeking out of the room, and nobody sees it. And I know, maybe they should have, filmed it a little bit different. Like it looks very obvious. But he sees that they're thankful, and he does see that they kind of pat the spirit of the forest, murals on the door, and just kind of gets his head and pats himself on the head. It's like, ooh, that's nice. At some point, they leave out some clothes, so some thank yous for the spirit, which he puts on. And he's like, oh, this is nice here. This is neat. I'm just going to hang out here and be nice to these people and help them out.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, and he hears some more things. And then wolves appear, and they kind of just fuck up some sheep. And it's really annoying. And the father, after the fact's like, okay, this shit is getting way too dangerous here. We're going to go to town for a while. And I think they will... what's the idea? They get some basically reinforcements to hunt the wolf pack down, so they don't keep killing their sheep. I think
they were gonna go to the mountains where the wolves are hanging out and just kill them off.
Yeah, the blind man just decides, he's like, no, I'm not leaving this place because this is where I die for the winter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And here he just kind of figures, because he saw the wolves just randomly appear and kill the sheep. Like, oh, I guess that's just how that is. They would just hunt and kill you for who you are, just like they randomly attacked me. But obviously he has no understanding of why they would attack him, why he would look like an abnormality to him, to them, I mean. So, yeah. They're like, hey, we're gonna go away, and the old man dad is like, nope, we'll stay here every winter, and it's not gonna be any different this year, so you can go, I'm gonna stay. So they just leave the old blind man behind, which I just think is kind of funny.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a harsh thing to do, I think, especially if you're the family members of the blind man.
But
I don't know how this plays out in the book, so like maybe that's a direct adaptation there.
I
Goes a
have no
bit
clue.
differently in the other
All I
movie.
know is that it was also in the Robert De Niro.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Thing.
yeah, it's not really wolves that are the problem in that one as much, but yeah, it's similar kind of deal though, where the
Yeah.
blind man ends up alone and talks with the monster.
Let's see.
I'll be back.
Yes. The way he learns to speak is much better in the book because one son has a girlfriend from another country, so they speak intelligently in English and French, whereas in this he learns from a kid's book. Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think that's what I've read as well when I was doing a little bit of research on the original stuff. But yeah, that makes sense. I assume they'd done this before to explain why they agreed. That could be. That might be a possibility. I mean, these barbarian in the woods, who knows what they're up to all the time. So, the creature, although, uses this to his benefit because he presents himself to the old man because he's blind, he doesn't really see how fucked up he looks or how creepy he is. He's just kind of like, oh, who are you? And it's like, oh, traveler. It's like, oh, you're a traveler. It's like, oh, you have a hard time speaking our language, stuff like that. It's like, oh, I guess you're not from these parts. And I can tell by the way you stumble around, you're afraid. And when he asks, what are you afraid of? The creature says, everything. It's like, oh, okay. It's like, oh, you're wearing a uniform. Were you injured in battle? So he's kind of just figuring out what's going on, and then he figures like, oh, you were hiding in the mill gears, were you not? It's like, oh, don't worry, it's all gonna be, all gonna be good. And he figures out like, you're our spirit from the woods. So yeah.
This is literally like the perfect friend for him, like someone who doesn't judge him by his looks, just by the content of his character. You know.
Yeah.
It's nice. My eyes were somewhat wet throughout this part. Yeah.
Yeah, and he also says like, oh, there's a kindness in your words. So, you know what? Share my food and fire. I would be delighted to share what little I have with you. So now he's just getting more nice things happening to him. He's someone who's nice, and he's making a friend. And he asks him if he could read to him. He's like, oh yeah, of course. And he just says, make this your home and I your friend. He's like, oh, friend, that's nice. And he gives him a little bit of a hug. So yeah, nice things happening to our boy, the creature. And he talks about that he read about a man named Adam and Eve and their time in the first garden. And the rise of rival cities and the collapse of a tower, which I assume is the Tower of Babylon, is what they mean.
Yep. That's a Genesis, so yeah, he was probably leaving a good chunk of Genesis. Yep.
And yeah, the wrath of a god and so he just reads some stories as well. It's like about men that fought dragons and all these things. He's just been learning about life and people and everything that's been going on.
Even answer are these all the books in the world? And the friend kind of like scoffs at him like, oh, of course not.
Is there more books than this? Like, oh yeah, a few. And I think he has like he's got like 12 books here. So yeah, he teaches him how to read, and we cut to a scene where he reads something to him. Yeah, pretty neato.
I think he was reading something particularly when he was like on the on the roof. I can't remember exactly what
My
it was.
name is Ozymandias. I forgot.
Yeah.
Fuck, what was that again?
What is that from?
Ozymandias. Chad, help us out. Ozymandias. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right.
Um,
Ozyman.
Oh, that is a poem by Percy Shelley, Mary Shelley's husband.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's neat.
And his quote is at the end of the film as well.
Right.
Mary Shelley, I think she wrote the book when she was like grieving for him. He died at a young age.
Ozzy Osbourne. No, not that Ozzy.
Oh, that's nice. It's a nice Easter egg.
All right, yeah. And then he points to a specific book. Wait, does he say the title? It's like a book they haven't gotten into yet. Let's see. Last book on the left, take it. I'm just waiting for him to say the title because Oh, Paradise Lost is it? That's the last one. Man has questions for God. Even God has questions.
Like imagine being John Milton and writing a book so captivating that people mistake it to be canon to the Bible.
Right, yeah.
Just imagine that. You wrote this thing. Like I'd love to write a book like that. Jeez.
Yeah. And here is like, what do you want? It's like, oh, I wonder who I am, or I want to know who I am. Like, where do I come from? And it's like, oh, what do you... They kind of go around, like, what do you remember? It's like, oh, I remember many small things and people, and he's basically describing... this time I actually wanted to say basically. Describing the battlefield he was on, and we know he's been made from tons of different soldier parts. It seems like he's remembering bits and bobs from combat he was in, because he points out that he was shot in the head. Also, we have a little bit on the old man. He says, "I wish God would take away some of my memories because I took a man of a life once, a good man, who didn't deserve it. But I have to think about that a lot of times."
I think also Ozymandias is one of the names that was Ramesses II, the pharaoh of Egypt, was referred to as.
Okay.
Maybe that's what the poem was about. Yeah.
Very possibly. I've never read the poem.
Yes. Yeah, it was about that. Specifically him. Yeah. There was a poem specifically. Percy Shelley wrote about him. Yeah.
Did I say he took the man of a life? Oh, you know what? I'll keep it that way. I took a man of a life once. Oh, whatever, Chad. Fuck you. No one's pointed it out.
2025. Yeah.
God damn it.
That life had a good man.
A man of a life merch now. Anyway, what else do you remember? Like, I remember one name, Victor. And this is where he returns to the tower and looks around, and he finds some of the documents. He finds the picture that Harlander took, holds it in front of his face, and he also finds the letter from the, I don't know, if it was from the tribunal or just the medical society or something. And this is where he knows, like, oh, it's addressed to this thing here. I know where I have to go.
Oh, it even has a postcode. Fantastic.
Ah, perfect.
Just fire that into Google Maps, you'll find it.
Google Maps is terrible, by the way. Like, unless you have a car, it shows terrible pedestrian routes.
I was about to say, I was like, I don't know. I use it pretty much everywhere I go when I'm driving.
Yeah, it's good if you have a car. If you want like a long footpath, it'll show you a walk that takes 2 hours. So I'm like, great.
It's not like I'll often use it even when I know exactly where I'm going, just to get the time estimates.
So I live in like a big city, right? And sometimes, all right, it's very late in the night. There's no public transport. I have to walk. And
Right.
for some reason, Google Map just shows me the route a car would take, and that takes longer. You'd think there'd be a somewhat of a shortcut since you can walk between buildings and whatnot. You know?
Depending
But,
on where you are, Google can't really do the smaller paths a lot of times.
yeah.
I've noticed that too. It's a bit annoying.
Yep.
They have something to do with it. In the event that you even take a step on private property, even if it's just to move through.
Oh yeah, America. Yeah,
They can't tell you to do that.
Also, of course,
True.
you need to make sure that you tell Google's like, I'm on foot right now and not on in a car.
Yeah, I was trying to. I am on foot.
Yeah.
Foot, not car. Yeah, it's just I'll show you the car. Wait.
So you gotta buy a car. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Well, he knows where to go, but of course he's gonna go visit his good friendo. But unfortunately, he has been attacked by the wolf pack. Ooh. And this is the scene where he fights off the wolves, or a couple of them, just rips off some of their skin and their pelts and just knocks them to death.
The skin
Eats
off
them
the
around.
face of a wolf. I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
man.
He asserts dominance towards the wolves, and they run off.
He T-poses on.
He T-poses on them.
Assert dominance. Yeah, that's the sign.
He checks on the guy, but unfortunately he's in bad. It's like, oh yeah, he asks him, "What am I made of?" It's like, I'm the child of a charnel house, which I guess is just a thing where you put corpses. That I actually never heard that word before. I don't know why I didn't Google that. Charnel.
Yeah, actually, I didn't either, and I hadn't heard that term. I think I've heard that term. I just off the top of my head, I don't know that I can define it clearly. But it being
a building or vault in which corpses or bones are piled, so I just assumed it's the right thing. Okay, see, I'm not that
like
retarded sometimes. So yeah, he basically figured. Shit, that wasn't purposeful. Basically, again, fuck. He figured out that he was made out of different corpse parts, and he says he's a monster. But his friend says, "I know what you are, a good man, and you are my friend." It's like, oh man, oh.
Oh,
sweet.
I guess
And then he
you
dies.
guys maybe heard on the internet how certain stupid people say like, "I didn't give permission to be born," kind of thing. I guess it's definitely more so the case with the monster here. Like, why the hell did you create me out of body parts and bits? Like, would I want this? No, hell no.
I have to think about the Batman thing. It's like I didn't account for being happy when he's at the grave of his parents. What Batman animated movie was that?
Yeah, Mask of the Phantasm.
Yes, which I did a forge on with a meme a while back. That animated DC thing is amazing.
It's pretty good.
It got a theatrical release back in the early 90s.
That scene specifically fucks you up. It's like, holy shit, that rules. That's so good. Unfortunately for the creature, the rest of the family is here, and they think he attacked the old man, and so they immediately shoot him in the face, and kind of stab him and everything, and they think they have disposed of the guy and just leave him lying down in the snow, and think he's dead. And it seems like for a while he is just lying there until, well, I guess his body has regenerated for a while. I guess a couple of hours, because he's a little snowed over, but everyone else has left. So yeah, he wonders how long did he die for, is what he says. He doesn't know exactly, but his body is healed. The cold air is stinging his lungs, and, well,
I was either asleep for an entire year or I woke up before winter ended. That's all I know.
Yeah, now that his only friend is dead, he feels lonelier than ever before. And for every man, there was but one remedy that gets rid of all the pain. And you denied me that. I cannot die, like, ever. Never, ever, ever. So
yeah, and this might be a bit unique to this version, I guess, in like as far as we know, because we never actually see him die. But yeah, like even in the other version that I watched this week, he's very difficult to kill.
yeah.
I think it makes for an interesting like side effect that he can't die because it's something between life and death. He was made from like dead body parts, so
Mm-hmm.
it can't really be killed. And there's a kind of like a irony to that, like something that he's gone out of his way to make alive. You can't undo it anymore.
Yeah. And also, he's just gonna live forever, and it's this the thing where even if he makes tons of friends now, at some point they're gonna grow old and die, and then he's gonna be all alone again. And it's like the cycle that will keep repeating. And this is why he ends up asking Victor to make another one of him, a lady creature, so they can be together for eternity.
Mark, sorry to get on a slight tangent. I swear we'll get back. Have you heard of an anime, Mark, called To Your Eternity?
No, off the top of my head, that doesn't ring a bell.
Ooh. Okay, I would recommend it. It's interesting. It tackles immortality and human nature. It's very cool. Very
To
cool.
Your Eternity. Okay, I'll check it
Yeah,
out.
first season, yeah, is pretty good. Later seasons, not as good, but yeah.
Yeah. A repeating theme in lots of superheroes like Wolverine. Yeah, it can be quite interesting. Well, we're now back with Victor for a little bit. Because the creature has tracked him down here, and William is about to have his marriage with Elizabeth. What a great time. I hope no one's here to destroy... Oh, there's the creature. But yeah, William is just having a good time. He's like, yeah, throw the petals everywhere. Oh, this is great. I'm going to get drunk and have a wife. It's going to be awesome. Victor goes to see Elizabeth. He's like, oh, I know it's bad luck to see the bride before the ceremony. It's like, oh, that's just for the groom. So what do you... fuck do you want, basically? And like, see, I just have more things to say. It's like, you may like to believe you do, but I dread to hear it. But go on ahead. And it's like, wait, where is it? Fucking, where did it go?
I don't know.
It's gone. I don't know. It disappeared. Maybe I deleted it or something. It doesn't matter. He just says that he's been feeling a lot of remorse for what he's done. He'd rather focus on life, and he's sorry for what happened. And he just tells him like, yeah, normalize. I don't believe you. On my wedding day, I've asked you for a single grace, no more lies. And he says, I want to tell you, it's like, leave my chambers now. I don't want to fucking see you anymore. So, yeah, she's obviously, she's angry that Harlan is dead. She's angry that he just killed off the monster. And, yeah, it's not a great time for her or him. He goes back to his room and notices the door is open. He's like, oh, shit. He knows exactly what's coming. And he tells, step out of the shadows. What do you want? And this is where the creature tells him, well, you've taken away my ability to die and live a normal life. So I demand of you to make a female version so we can be happy together. I want a companion. He's like, oh yeah, awesome, yeah, do that. And then what's next? Having sex and babies and stuff, and then I'm responsible for unleashing a the breeds of hell upon this earth, or something along those lines. He says, basically immediately telling him, it's like, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna make another one of you. It's it was such a fucked up experience. I basically regard it as a massive failure, so I'm not doing that. And Creature says, well, if you deny me any kind of hope or niceness, then I guess I'm gonna go the path of rage.
Yeah. Which, I gotta say, at this point, if I were Victor, I would be very careful about anything I say next.
Yep.
He's not, though.
But he also says, whatever puzzle you think I am, Victor, I feel, I speak,
I think.
Yeah. I have I have the soul petition. But yeah, now Creature is angry, and he throws him around the room for a bit with his big boy powers, and people hear it.
Like, takes out the posts of the bed, too. Like 2 of them, just Victor goes right through it. Man. That hurt like hell.
Elizabeth is also here. She's like, "Oh, the monster's here. That's so nice. I like the monster." And he's like, "Oh, here, have a little hug. I'm so glad you're alive." He's like, "Elizabeth, get out of the way!" And he tries to shoot the monster, but she gets in front of him. And
yeah, so that was like, oh, come on.
He shoots Elizabeth. He's like, oh, god damn it.
I would have maybe either staged or edited this a little bit differently, because it seemed like Victor was not super concerned with Elizabeth's safety.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, Elizabeth, get out of the way, and then she doesn't, and he's just already shooting.
Okay.
It's like, oh, dude.
I guess
hey, wait till you
the objective of the scene is Victor kills Elizabeth by accident. How do you achieve that?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess I think it would have been a little bit more effective if he seemed like he was trying a little bit harder not to hit her. Whereas, like, he didn't even wait for a moment to get a clean shot. He just says, Elizabeth, get out of the way, and fires.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would have needed a bit more between the monster and Elizabeth for the way they embrace already. Like, they're like great friends already. It's like, you've been doing like things twice, and then he exploded in the tower. I was like, that seems like odd. It's like, are you just horny for the monster, D? Did we have this discussion for nothing? Are you actually just horny for the monster, D?
I mean, there's the Del Toro allegations again.
They're not going away.
Yeah. But yeah, she's almost dead. She's gonna be dead in a little bit. But also William gets yeeted, and his head goes into a corner, which I think also fatally wounds him. Because Victor is like, I can save you. It's like, oh, what? My wife is now gone. You've always been the the angry one, and
you've always been the monster.
Yeah,
I thought that was a bit on the nose. Yeah,
well, and
I don't think the brother had much to do in this film, unfortunately.
Well, this version, though, I think definitely paints a different picture than the Branagh one does about like this whole interaction, where it's very clear that all of the chaos happening right now, and both the death of William and Elizabeth, is fundamentally Victor's fault, in that he full blown literally pulls the trigger on Elizabeth, and then William is kind of killed in the resulting reaction to that. Whereas in the Branagh one, William is just killed specifically by the monster to hurt Victor.
Yeah.
And then he goes to Elizabeth's bedchamber and full-blown tears her heart out of her chest like friggin' dude from Temple of Doom. And
right.
Yeah. So it's like, it's very much, no, he's a monster in this, and is very, very much not just an innocent victim, like a misunderstood being. Whereas, and I mean, I guess you could, I don't know. It's difficult to think about which works better because I think the ending of this one is quite good and poignant.
I like the
and
ending
together
more.
really well, but you could maybe argue there's more complexity in the idea that like during the time where he's being monstrous, he does legitimately monstrous things that make him, in addition to Victor, be both sort of unforgivable actors, right?
Right. Well, here the creature is basically just defending itself mostly. Except when
and doesn't have really
go...
anything to do with Elizabeth's death other than being the target that was not properly
He's
hit,
specifically going for Victor here at the end and not for the other ones. But now Victor's plan is to just hunt the monster and try to get rid of it, but I guess he's just being toyed around with, because now the idea of the monster is, I'm gonna hurt you, I'm gonna make you feel pain, but I'm not gonna kill you straight away. I'm gonna make you go through hell like you made me go through hell, basically. Fuck, again! Why did I notice that? That's gonna drive me insane.
Yeah, he does the... Oh god, what's the Korean movie that we've been meaning to cover but we haven't got around to yet? Oh, shit. I Saw the Devil.
Right.
It's kind of like I'm just gonna follow you around and like cause you shit periodically.
That movie is probably like the ultimate revenge movie.
I've seen that ages ago. I think I put that on our list because I meant to watch and cover it a while. Yeah.
That's pretty much the revenge in that movie is just the guy keeps hunting down the person who wronged him and just beating the living shit out of him every couple months.
Yep.
And yeah, Victor is just chasing him around. He goes to the big old furthermost north. He's got a big beard. Gets some more ammunition and TNT explosives. Like, what are you hunting? It's like, big game.
That was a good delivery.
Big
game.
Yeah.
Mark, now that you've told me that the monster kills William explicitly like that and then pulls out a heart, I don't like it. Maybe it happens according to the book, but it's like, no, I like this film a lot more. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and also that movie is, I don't know that I'd even call it darker. The monster is definitely darker in that one, and the Victor is painted as a much more sympathetic character with still a lot of the same motivations, but he's not quite as explicitly the reason why everything is happening as far as like his actions post creation of the monster. Whereas this one really does kind of do a Victor bad for the vast majority of the story, with the exception of the ending. And again, I think the ending does pull it together quite a bit, as opposed to just being Victor is the real monster all along kind of deal, and that's it, because he has an arc.
Yeah.
Well, we're at the final showdown, if you will, before we connect nicely to our current events that are on the ship happening. He's going through the icy tundra, I guess you can say it. It's kind of funny. He's like, not Victor, the creature is lurking in the distance. You can see his silhouette all the way back, while Victor's trying to have some sleep in the tent. But it's like, nope, not happening. Let me get my shotgun. And the creature's kind of putting his hand in. It's like, hello. And then he just shoots the fuck out of the hand. It's like fucked up immediately. But obviously that doesn't do anything. He gets grabbed and dragged. And he sees the explodes like, oh, you seem to have a lot of confidence in this being my end. Yeah. It's like, well, put a lot of faith in this. And he lights it himself. And I think that was a trailer line as well. He has the TNT lit, the dynamite, and just puts down his little scarf. It's like, and now you run. It just makes him run away. And
he killed it with that line. Yeah.
Yeah, I do find it pretty funny though that he just kind of tries to blow himself up with explosives. I don't know. There's something amusing about this for me. He just kind of hugs the TNT, but it doesn't really happen. But yeah, I do love the whole thing where he just tells him to run because he doesn't want him to die.
If you die, I can't mess with you anymore. With him being attacked by a chihuahua. I love you, Rocky. You're a good boy.
Yeah. But yeah, he's missing flesh and everything, but it immediately regenerates. And see, we did start with the explosion, and we cut right back to the ship crew finding the guy, and now we're back in the cabin. And they're now face to face, saying it's like it's nothing more to give, no more left to get to take. So what are we doing now? It's just suffering. You're about to die, and this is where Victor is like, yeah, actually now for real, I regret everything that happened. Like, I've done a massive wrong. I shouldn't have treated you the way I did. I am sorry.
Now that Victor knows this kind of story,
Yeah.
they kind of understand each other better and their perspectives. Whilst before, he just suddenly entered into his mansion, asked for a companion, and of course he's gonna say no. You know, it's just if you sit down, if you talk it out, you might get along. You never know.
Yeah, a lot of conflict can be avoided with communication.
Yep. Key to any relationship as well.
Yeah, and the creature's like, it will all be a brief moment. My creation, my life, my grief, your loss. Just saying he's gonna just live on and will not be punished. Or absolved, for that matter. It's just, he's gonna have to live on, probably forever. Yeah, it's
he still didn't give him a name.
It's the pretty good line also he gives with the like, if you are cursed not to die, then you owe it to yourself to like during your life to live, and like saying that don't just become a reclusive monster. Like try to live something resembling a life, and I thought that was nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And
all this could have been avoided if the monster just got a dog.
Yeah.
You're not gonna replace the humor of a dog.
He asks him. He just says, "Forgive me, my son." He says, like, "Oh."
Does that mean he is giving him the Frankenstein name, and the creature is known as Frankenstein?
Maybe, yeah. But I think the bigger thing is that he's accepting his responsibility as his creator and just saying, yeah, no, like, I should have been a better father to you, but you are ultimately my son.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of just see. I caught the basically, and I didn't say it. I'm getting better already. Yeah, he tells him to, if there's no way for you to die, just live as best as you can, and say my name one more time, like the first time you said it, because I got it from my father and it was kind of meaningless, but now I want it from you, and then he wants him to say it like it meant the world to him one more time, and he does. And then he perishes.
And yeah, good performances from both of them here too.
Oh hell yeah, really good. Gives a little goodbye kiss on the forehead, and leaves the ship. Oh yeah, he also says like, maybe now we both can be human. Like good stuff. And the captain just lets the creature leave because the whole crew is ready to fight. Like one of them has like a little hammer in their hand. It's kind of fun. And the creature was very strong, pushes them out of the ice. The captain says, "We're going home." And it's like, "Yeah, going home. The madness is over." And the creature walks off into the sunset. Literally, that's what he does.
And there's another quote.
Oh wait, no,
that
hang on.
turns
That's
people at the
dawn.
end of
It was night when he
Okay.
arrived, right? So that's probably dawn. It's not sunset.
Yeah, that's done.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Never mind. He does that,
Easy to mistake, man. Don't worry about it.
and he just embraces
uh,
the sun, the life, like he said when he was born. A little tear down his cheek.
I'd really
And,
like the quote at the end after this. Like, can you show us what it was exactly? I can't remember the wording.
and thus the heart will break, yet brokenly live on.
Yeah.
I at this point in my life, I really sympathize with that.
Yeah, it's a good quote.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Jojo.
And that's that.
Jojo.
Based on Frankenstein or the modern Prometheus. Oh yeah, you said that earlier, Mark. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the alternative title for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By Mary Shelley. Shelby?
Shelley.
Shelley. Okay, could be. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, that's the Del Toro Frankenstein. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah,
I enjoy
definitely
it
worth
quite
watching.
I enjoy it.
Me too.
And
I think maybe your. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying if you've got Netflix, which probably most people have, give it a watch. Just keep in mind it's 2 hours 20 plus credits, so it's like 220. Shelby is Stuckman. Oh no.
Mary Shelbenheim. Yeah.
Shelby Oaks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think your connection to the source material may make your appreciation for this movie vary, because
Yeah, I've seen a couple of people in chat who are like, oh, as a fan of the original book, I don't really like this that much, or was disappointed. I don't have those references at all, so
Me too. Not too much.
I'm just going by what I've seen. And as I said in the beginning, like in general, I'm not super knowledgeable about all the Frankenstein iterations, or even the OG, or the Karloff one.
94.
So yeah.
Anno.
But yeah,
I think this is my favorite out of the Frankenstein movies.
Oh, okay, nice.
I think so.
Yeah, I'd say probably for me too. I think this is like, if someone said, "Oh yeah, and we've got to watch a Frankenstein movie," I would probably pick this one. I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah, Moodle spent high school playing his SNES. True. High school was like past SNES though. SNES was the first console I played when I was like 5 years old or something, I think. I don't know.
Even I was in high school when PlayStation and N64 were the consoles of the day. So it's and Metal's younger than I am.
What? You have not read the book? You have no culture or honor. Q activated Greta Stein monster. How dare you?
I've read Dracula. I just never got around to Frankenstein.
Yeah. I remember the shovelware era.
My class read a good bit of Frankenstein. The class was struggling with it, so the teacher changed it to Christmas Carol, and yeah, then we read Dracula as well.
I see.
In A levels as well. So yeah.
Good.
Humble brag.
I read literature, unfortunately. Well, I don't anymore.
But yeah, again, it's on Netflix. If you got 2.5 hours to spend, or you just want to watch it in 2 parts, you can. I don't think it's a bad watch at all. Go.
It should have been in cinemas more. It's a shame it didn't get like a full cinema release. It was limited cinemas. I'm glad I watched it in the cinemas. I had a good experience with it, and yeah, Netflix, the buggers. They never want to release any of their films in cinemas, so I guess.
I mean, like, to be fair, they released this in movies like a solid month before it came out on Netflix. So I wouldn't say that's like not wanting to release it in movie. I'd say the not wanting to release it in cinemas would be like you do a limited theatrical run while it's already on Netflix, like same day release kind of deal, because then you're really not incentivizing people to go out to the theater nearly as much as you would if you could only see it in theater.
No.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I thought it was a good home watching experience too, though.
Good. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else to add. You guys got anything?
no.
If not,
Literature is like
I think we've
PCP.
covered all my thoughts.
wait, what about PCP?
Literature is like PCP, kids, as someone says in the chat.
Yeah. I mean, that's just true. That's just facts right there.
Yeah, makes you able to take bullets if you put books in the right spots and they're thick enough.
Well, let's do super chats real quick here. We got a couple going on here. We got 140 Czar by Blankface. Thank you very much.
Czar.
It's like a two-parter here. Saying, not gonna lie, I was disappointed in this film. The framing device for the movie harmed its storytelling. The monster is too sympathetic, dialogue spelling out the theme instead of leaving it implied. Elizabeth's character sucked. Oh, okay. Even the visuals were disappointing to me at time. All the boat scenes looked super fake, and many of what were IRL sets were covered in an ugly Netflix sheen. I mean, I think I talked about the whole being on the nose too much a couple of times here, so I definitely agree with that. I think Elizabeth definitely needed more. I think for what they were doing there at the end as the payoff with her embracing the monster as much, I think we didn't have enough between the two for that to be really that effective. Because I just saw it as like a fascination and just obviously being annoyed of vanquishing a life needlessly. But when they embrace it seems like they were like good friends. So I don't know, maybe we should have had something where she teaches him a couple of more things. I don't know. And then an accident happened, and that's when he starts to kill him, and then she gets sad. So I think there was definitely a bit, weirdly enough, rushed in this instance, even though we had that much time. I know what you mean with the visuals and the I know Netflix sheen. There's some scenes that I also thought they looked kind of fake, even though they're like an actual set.
Do you reckon they used the what the Mandalorian used? What's it called?
Volume.
Well, they put like volume. Yeah. Do you reckon they used that?
It didn't look like it to me.
I don't think so.
I mean, definitely green screen, but it didn't have that characters walking in front of nothing look to me, at least. And but I mean, again, I think that might have just been that whatever methods were used. I think Guillermo del Toro was pretty good at doing that sort of stylized, colorful lighting look, and I thought the movie looked pretty good. I didn't really have any complaints about that. I wouldn't really argue with the other criticisms, at least to the extent that they bothered me, which is clearly not as much, but let's
I mean, the monster is too sympathetic. I guess that's just what they wanted to do in this instance. I understand that in the other iterations of that, he just goes a bit super beast mode. I mean, killing children, I think, in some parts. Someone said ripping out the heart somewhere, so...
Yeah. He was a big monster in this too, just at a different way. I mean, he killed 6 people in here.
But everyone he kills is like attacking him, or is like very clearly an accident. Whereas in I can understand that criticism, yes, but also I can understand someone being very bothered by that to the point that they don't like this movie if they're a fan of the source material, right? Okay. So I don't really have an argument against that. I didn't mind the sympathetic monster angle, but I can get why someone would just be like, yeah, that's a deal breaker for me with this story.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's no repercussions for the monster, whatever those would look like when you can't really kill him.
Good luck arresting him.
Because he does kill like 6 of the crew from the captain that he says himself, and then just let him go. I think some of the crew might be beefed with that, but yeah, I don't know. But fair points for sure. Then also a membership renewal by Blankface. Thank you very much. And there's a couple of more from Blankface. Just rapid firing those chatteroonies here.
You said Blankface here.
Yeah, another 35 Czar by Mootle. Where are my plushies? You can't hoard them all to perform weird cult rituals. Also need to do magicism for them. I mean, they
blame it on the terrorists.
I mean, they're being manufactured right now. I think they go out at like March or something is when they arrive. I think that's what it said on the website.
Usually takes a couple of months.
Yeah. They shall come. They shall come. Come and come, both. Huh. And then Oh yeah, the membership message. Thank you again for the remembershippings. Watch
Thank you.
Neza. Oh shit! We checked how the pronunciation is. Neje at 1 and 2. So that's Nezha 1 and 2. I think that was like some anime thing, if I remember correctly. But
Is that the Chinese one? The Chinese animation?
I
feel like we
think
talked
so.
about
Yeah.
that.
And then another one from Blank Face. Another thing also found a bit hard to believe is how much damage a creature is able to withstand. There comes a point where your sci-fi becomes straight up magic, and it really put me off. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I can see that being a thing. I mean, he pretty much has Wolverine powers in this one. He's just not able to die at all.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no good explanation other than whatever Victor did to him was something that he really didn't expect and was far more effective than he ever could have imagined. And
it's far more than just a zombie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we got Odin with. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just said he does a Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like his name is.
We got 2 5ers in a row from Odin. Thank you very much. Charles Dance. It's from the hit blockbuster Godzilla King of the Monsters. Where he gained his fame. Oh, it's funny you mentioned that.
His breakout role.
I think one chat mentioned is Charles Dance typecast, and I gotta somewhat agree. I think the most different role I've seen in him is in a show called Rabbit Hole or something like that with what's his name? Keith Sutherland? Yeah.
Haven't seen that.
I like that show. Yeah. I would recommend it. I think it's on Paramount or something. But I enjoyed that show, and he plays kind of a different character in that, a British spy who plays a good guy for a change.
Well, I guess I just think when you've got a reputation for being very good at playing like sinister old British guy, and there's roles where you only have to really be on set for like 2 days to like get a paycheck. It's like he might just like sometimes just want to knock out a few easy jobs. And,
right.
And he always holds his own. Like I've never seen him in something where it's like, oh, he's bad. And I mean, I guess in First Omen, he's kind of a sympathetic like priest character. He's just in one scene. So again, like day on set, and then he's good.
It's funny you mentioned Godzilla King of Monsters, because a friend of mine has been going through the Western ones. And I remember them talking this Friday. It's like, oh, it was so cool when all the monsters were there bowed to him. And all I was thinking about is like, oh, that's the only thing you remember from that movie, I guess, or is worth pointing out, huh? Interesting. Those movies suck ass. It's so bad.
I don't even know if I saw King of the Monsters. How many were there where it was just Godzilla and not Kong also?
I mean, the Kong ones, they were, 3 or 4, maybe?
No, but what were the only Godzilla ones? Like the Godzilla solo movies. There was the first one with like, what's it called?
Bryan Cranston?
Bryan Cranston, yeah. And then was the next one after that King of the Monsters?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think it was only 2. People say it's 2. Monsterverse is just 2 then.
Okay, I did see that one then, and that's kind of what made me tap out on that series entirely until Metal made me watch the Godzilla versus Kong ones.
I didn't say anything when he talked about it because sometimes I just don't. I just don't.
Wait, is there going to be a Godzilla vs King Kong 2, or are we on?
I think there would be. This would be the third one because there has been 2 at least of those already.
Wait. There's been 2 King Kong versus Godzilla movies.
Yes. I know because in preparing for the one that came out in theaters like 2 years ago, I had to watch the one that came before. Oh, I mean, I guess I didn't have to. I figured I should, and I did not enjoy either of them.
Why on earth are they blurring together in my mind? What happened in the
because
first
they're
one?
suck ass and they're bad.
Yeah,
that's
they're
why.
Mechagodzilla is the first one, and
anyway,
Underground Upside Down World is the second.
I've been begging him that he watches fucking Godzilla -1, and if he doesn't,
I thought that was the same film. Like that,
they're not. They're not. But the point is, it doesn't matter. You just shouldn't concern yourself with them. They don't deserve the hard drive space in your brain, really.
Wow, I can't remember. I'm blurring 2 films together. I can't separate them at all in my mind. It's crazy.
Anyway, I've been begging him that he watches Godzilla -1, and if he doesn't, he shouldn't talk to me anymore. after
I
watching
mean,
the
that's
other ones.
honestly, if you're gonna watch one Godzilla movie, I would recommend that be the one.
Absolutely.
That's getting a sequel. Godzilla minus, what was it called? Zero?
Yeah,
Minus
Godzilla
zero, I think.
Zero.
Yeah,
Minus
No,
one.
zero.
it's just
Yeah.
Godzilla
yeah.
minus one.
No,
There's
the
gonna be a sequel
sequel
to
to
it.
-1, I think, is just
Oh, okay.
called Godzilla.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
And the other
But,
one from Odin was everyone was dressed to the nines at the mother's funeral. Yeah, they were all dressed up.
Gotta pay your respects.
Yeah, unless this is like a word of play. I'm not noticing right now because I'm stupid, but that's
I
fine.
don't know. I think it was just they were really dressed up. But hey, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, when you got a coffin that looks like that, you can't exactly be wearing sneakers and a tank top.
Yeah. Another one by Blank Face. Thank you very much. Am I the only one who was weirded out by the film implying Elizabeth wanted to fuck the monster? No, we had a whole conversation
Yeah.
about this.
And there, I guess, like especially in the chat, there was some debate even on the show, there was some debate as to whether or not that was the case. And I don't think I would go that far with it, but
Yeah.
there did seem to be an element of like, oh, like he's beautiful, she's
There was
beautiful
a
between.
certain
Yeah.
kind of tension going on. I was like, oh, okay.
We know Del Toro has a history of monster romanticism, but we think
That's
it's
the
less
thing,
so the case here, at least. Yeah, at least a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, like people would argue that's like, oh no, I only saw it as motherly. I wouldn't really I wouldn't dig my heels in on that one. I'd be like, yeah, I guess primarily that's what it was. But again, I think it's the Del Toro context that makes it like, yeah, in a different world, maybe he would have just made this an Elizabeth monster romance. But
We got another 5 by Odin. Thank you very much. Okay, so basically what had happened, basically, was fuck you. was that basically this guy basically made a corpse basically movie, but basically that's it.
basically we're doing the super chats and then we're basically gonna end the show, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Basically, we're gonna go to sleep, and basically, we're gonna eat breakfast in the morning, and basically, that's it.
And we got 5 by Slumpy. Thank you very much. Did you ever review Young Frankenstein? Maybe a Mel Brooks arc before Spaceballs 2? I don't think I've ever seen Young Frankenstein.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know there was a
Mel
show. See, I thought the Frankenstein Chronicles was Young Frankenstein, but it turns out I'm watching something completely different. Because Mary Shelley is in the show, so it's about the time period itself.
Nope.
Well, Young Frankenstein's not a show; it's a movie. It's like a Spaceballs style comedy, Blazing Saddles, like the same.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I swear there was some
Robin
kind of
Hood Men in
prequel show
Tights.
about Victor Frankenstein making a monster. I don't know exactly what though and where.
There was the James McAvoy movie, I think, Victor Frankenstein. I didn't see that one. Then there's the one where Two-Face from Dark Knight is like superhero Frankenstein.
Never
I
watched it.
see.
I think
No.
I saw it. I don't remember much about it.
Well, those were the super chats. Thank you very much. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
everybody.
Well, before we're out of here, TruePop, you got anything going on? Anything planned? Anything fun and exciting that people can find?
Not particularly planned, but I might be getting Clair Obscura again and
Nice.
streaming that if I figure out how to stream on this piece of hardware. So yeah, I did finish just streaming Dispatch. Thank you for the invite. Thank you for having me.
Sure.
I really like this film, and it was a pleasure to talk to you guys about it.
Hell yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Mark, you got anything planned for the next?
Yeah, not really.
thingies?
Mostly just Ford stuff and dealing with real life concerns that have sort of pulled me away from a few other things. But yeah, I guess we got a couple interesting forges coming up where we're going to try to cover the Jujutsu Kaisen movie that's coming out for more anime content, and then we got probably the biggest one of at least for the rest of the year of Metroid Prime 4 on December 14th. And
Oh, nice.
will it be cringe? Question mark.
Oh,
Does
I know.
Metroid is cringe, yeah.
Does Metroid is
I
cringe?
I might give Sisu Road to Revenge a watch tomorrow. It's come out now.
No.
And I really like the first film. Yeah.
I like the first film too. I hated the trailer for the second one just because I felt like it showed me a bunch of like the cool shit that would be in the movie, and I was like, this trailer is going on for way too long and showing me far too much of the film. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
but yeah, I don't want to
Let's
forget
be
it.
killed.
Jojo's scratching the microphone. When I forget it comes up streaming, I'll watch it. Hi, Jojo. You're good.
He kills Nazis and now he kills commies. Yeah.
Well, for me, I'll try to do 1 or 2 streams before the next Forge. Next week should be normal-ish again. Might do something with Kree again. I think he's off work at the moment, so we can probably do some more gaming on Wednesday or something. And I'm going back to the editing mines to finish my video before I leave to the long man.
Metal, if you ever play Peak again, I'd love to join you guys.
I'll keep that in mind. That's good to know. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Just working away, prepping the pre-recorded forges for when I'm over. So yeah, I don't know if there's any show coming up. I might do a rando rant on. I can't think of anything right now. So
Stranger Things, maybe.
I mean, I know nothing about Stranger Things, so I didn't really plan to watch it at all. I don't know if there's going to be worth me watching season 4 by itself.
No,
5. Sorry, 5.
Watch season 1, then read a synopsis of 2 and 3, and then watch season 4.
Oh, okay.
I can't watch season 5, but 2 and 3 not fantastic.
I'm sure looking forward to your 17-hour Lundra 2 video. No. Oh man. All right, guys. That's that. I'll see you all soon, or we'll see you all soon. And have a good night, everybody. Bye. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Hurrah! Bye.
Jojo, you want to say anything?
Basically,